Look, he can still enjoy rice paper. There's no rule that says he can't.
Right, you're like, I mean, this isn't technically wrong, but I know he's horribly racist.
Also, I just want to point out, there's something like super fitting. There's something super fitting about a guy who you could just tell is not on the level, but like something like food he enjoys from another culture is rice paper. Right? He's like, I'm pretty cultural. I like rice paper.
God damn it, Rob. Okay, alright.
Alright, these tacos are messier than anticipated. I'll be back as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Take your
that is my next
vegetarian
character.
tacos elsewhere.
That is my next character. It's gonna be Colonel Rice Paper.
Colonel Rice Paper.
No herbs.
I do declare that is some delicious rice paper.
Oh,
Wow, I hate it.
oh my god. Yeah, this is amazing.
My
Oh,
compliments
yeah.
to the
My
chef.
compliments to
Did you
the
just-
chef.
See him, he's like, oh, I am a swelter, and he's like dabbing his forehead with a sheet of rice paper.
He
I
pulls
do
it, it's like
declare.
folded in his lapel.
Yes. Oh my god, this is so good. This is the dumbest thing I've come up with in years, and I need to do it.
Please.
Well,
please
we already
don't.
know your Halloween costume.
Yeah. Colonel Rice.
Colonel Rice Paper.
No herbs.
Howdy, son. Would you like some rice paper?
The best part would be like the rest of the restaurant would just be like standard KFC fare, but just also rice paper.
Of course, like anybody watching is like, what is this with rice paper? Listen, Akasha eats a lot of rice paper.
Son, if you're feeling adventurous, let me introduce you to rice paper.
Good.
Ah, my name's Colonel Rice Paper. You know, of the Lexington Rice Papers.
God damn it! Alright, this has to end
Rice
now.
paper. No, this is a rice paper stream now. You better change the title.
I hate everything.
This stream sponsored by Lexington Rice Paper.
The Lexington Rice Papers.
Okay, well, Nick is eating steak tacos. I'll go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Alright. I'm gonna fire up everything here. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, God damn it. I totally forgot about whenever Akasha gets back, I got a question for him.
Is it about what rice paper and rice paper related activities?
Rice paper and rice paper accessories. Well, apparently all my players have a 6 p.m. pooping time.
Hey, whoa.
Okay, minus one.
Don't just get trash talk on your players because you think they walked away from the mic.
I do it all the time.
That's true, you do.
Oh man, you guys have so much loot to go through? And
Back.
more loot to
I'm
go
back.
through?
I appreciate your patience.
No problem. Alright, we're just waiting on Akasha, and we will get immediately started.
Wait no longer.
Hello! Hello, Mama! Colonel Rice Paper, are you familiar with Colonel Angus?
Oh my god. I want to stop now. No more. I take it all back.
God, that skit. I fucking love that skit. Alright, anyway. Welcome back to Arctis. While we do not have Rice Paper or Colonel Angus here, we do have a raging Polcanic geothermic rift. Last time on Arctis, what did we do last time? Excellent question. Oh yeah, I had a massive recap because our last session was 7 hours long, and then the one before that was 4 hours long. So we essentially had 12 hours of content that I crammed into 4 paragraphs. So, you guys killed the white and the skeletons. That gave you guys access to the console puzzle. And you're like, how do I cure these 4 depressions? And why are these gauges in the red? You guys walk by some pipes and you're like, these are rumbling with a lot of pressure. Let's walk near them. And then you summon some steam methods.
I didn't walk next to them. I flew carefully next to them, and the steam efforts came anyway.
That, that's just how it be. As you guys ventured south, you found more undead delights, including a massive minotaur skeleton and 2 very lovely and friendly orc flame skulls, who you discovered are immune to fire, and also fling fireballs, just like everything else in here. As you moved past the flame skulls, you guys found a study that was home to many ghouls feasting at a ghast, and guess what? Akasha fireballed that too. Most of those books are currently on fire. Further inside the study, you guys found a lift that took you back up to B1, and inside that particular room you found a ghost, the forlorn soul of an orc, who seemed to be bound to the room and the cache of treasures inside. There was also a red, radiant Borean shard there. And upon speaking with the ghosts mentioned that Grisha's death would release them from their torment, and Grisha's cavern was hidden somewhere amongst webbing. So now that you guys were happy to oblige, you continued your search for Grisha and where she tapped into the geothermic rift. There were more spiders, and much to Akashiba's enjoyment, additional centipedes, and a twisted ice spider that none of you have ever seen before. Finally, as you... Oh my god, there's a lot of yelling going on downstairs. Listen, there was a new patch. When you guys met in the depths of the geothermic rift and you met with Grisha, you discovered she was actively summoning something from the boiling magical lava, the slow, and she was protected by a blue force field. Being even near the slow made magic unstable, causing wild magic to surge each time you all used magic, or even tapped into magical abilities, such as fairy flight.
Constant.
You're just made of magic. Aside from that, there were 4 elemental skeletons that were each guarding Grisha, and each of the skeletons' death caused her force field to weaken. As Grisha herself tried to ward you all off with her magics, Rain, eventually after she came back from banishment, severed Grisha's head from her body, and the Dark Shaman's body slumped into the slow. However, with the body in the slow and the summoning incomplete, something rose from the lava. An amalgamation of flesh and metal, wading to shore just to, for one last battle, and to destroy anything in sight. And with the last bit of your strength, you dispatched the decaying Polcanic fiend. Now, the roiling slow still lingers in the room, and all you have left are a couple, 4 purple tentacles, just kind of hanging out in the room, writhing, ready to grasp anything that may come near. They currently, at least one of the tentacles that is near Akashiba and Rain, is currently slapping around some Polcanic fiend flesh goo. You may begin.
This thing's tongue is like laying here. It's like one of the only things that is still intact.
Yes, the tongue itself is intact, riddled with spikes. The bits of like quasi-melted armor seem to be fused together and fused to flesh. Otherwise, it has dissolved into a quivering pinkish red puddle of incomplete flesh.
Rain is going to carefully pick up the tongue.
You acquire 10 feet of Polcanic fiend tongue.
Mm-hmm. And she's going to walk over here.
Why does everything strange have an enormous tongue?
And she's going to go fishing for Grisha's body to try and pull it back up out of the slow.
What is maybe a stupid question, but why, Rain, what are you and why are you doing?
Well, I mean, she might have had stuff on her.
Yes, but it's in Polcanic slow now. It's probably no good.
As you dangle the tongue into the slow, it kind of curls back up in on itself as it becomes in proximity to the heat of the slow. Or maybe it's because of the magical resonance. Either way, it's creepy. Grisha's body, you can't see it from where you are, and it had fallen at least 20 feet down. And ended with a splash in the slow.
She like tries a few like half-hearted casts, like it's like a fishing reel, and gives up. It was worth a shot.
Oh, yes, you may have found something rare or something terrible or something you should not touch with your hands, but...
I wouldn't get too close to those tentacles. They're still grasping about.
10 feet of fiend tongue. I'm writing that down.
Akashaba tries to, from like 10 feet away, kind of like bop at the tentacle with his range.
Yeah, you can bop. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Dome it.
Let me bop.
Please, sir, let me bop.
Damn.
He just plays like whack-a-mole with it. He's like...
With Grisha and most of the Polcanic resonance leaving the room, you satisfyingly smack away the tentacle with the Sun Forger with a resounding splat.
Oh yeah, I do not think these things will be causing much trouble. They seem quite weak, so maybe we can just leave them. It's no big deal.
Do you guys want to rest? You guys look a little crispy.
I don't want to rest here. This place messes with my very being.
Yes, I too would like to leave this place and honestly just go back to town.
No, we can't be certain we won't meet anything dangerous on our voyage back.
So
We should rest and catch our breath somewhere, but not here.
Yes,
Well, there's like room right outside of this cavern. That should be fine, right?
yeah,
At least a short rest.
Maybe longer, but...
Let's, I didn't have time to actually investigate those skeletons. There might have been something valuable on them. Also, Rain, would you mind looking around this ritual circle? Perhaps there are clues as to exactly what she was trying to do.
Rain looks at the Polcanic fiend, looks at the circle, looks back at Flix.
I mean,
I guess I
obviously
assumed that
she
was
was
pretty
trying to
clear.
summon a fiend. I mean, how or why? I don't know. I don't know anything about these things you do. I presume you know more than I do.
Right. I just told you what she was trying to do. Rain will look at the stupid circle.
The large summoning circle lies mildly glowing on the ground. And with your Arcana check, you can definitely tell it's a type of summoning circle. But this particular summoning circle, you notice some of the ley lines of it go significantly... You sense that it goes significantly deeper than just what you see here on the surface. As if the summoning circle is tapping in itself with a Polcanic energy.
Do I get the impression that I might be able to dispel this and make it go away?
Potentially. You are an
should-
expert counter-speller. But if you wish to unravel the magics, you will have to wade through the Polcanic irregularities themselves.
I might be able to get rid of this, but we would have to, like, actually rest for a moment. Not too long, but... Or we can just, you know, have the artificers deal with it. Rain jots it down on her invoice.
Okay. Invoice acquired.
So we go out, we rest, and then come back in and fix, yes? Is that the plan?
If you guys want, again.
It's probably best not to leave this around. It seems like cause of problem.
Well, I mean, she looks around. I mean, I don't think anybody here knows how to use it. I don't think the goo's really a threat here.
Flix looks up from sifting through skeleton bones. I mean, if Rain says it's safe, at least for the moment, then it's probably safe. Flix looks far more wilted and less energetic and sprightly, and it's also really bizarre to see him walking. It just diminishes him somehow.
Yeah, okay, then let's go rest for now, and then probably be fine. Actually, also seems like really tired.
Flix, as you rifle through the Polcanic skeleton's corpse, the bones are very cold, and you also notice that the bones are inscribed with small runes that seem to match the runes here in the summoning circle. Otherwise, the skeleton's not carrying anything of really any import aside from his basic weapons, a short bow and a short sword.
Are they of notable make, or do they just look like standard cheap equipment given to skeletons for skeleton purposes?
Standard cheap skeleton equipment.
All right. We may want to gather these remains together. There's little runes on them that seem similar to the ones in the circle.
Yep.
I don't know what that means, but it can't be good.
She jots down on her invoice. I'll put that down as an optional disposal fee.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yep, mm-hmm.
Flex's knees flex like he's about to leap up into the air in order to fly up, and then he sighs heavily and then walks all the way around.
Raid'll come over to the edge and lower the little demon tongue. Here you go.
Oh yeah,
absolutely not.
Yes, grab the tongue.
That will never happen.
Grab the tongue. Do it.
Okay. If you insist.
How do you you hear a constant stream of invectives? How do you tolerate this?
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past them homebound.
My feet hurt already. This is terrible.
Is this how we
This
all
is why
do
you
it?
don't skip leg day.
This is ridiculous.
For a fairy, no day is ever leg day.
No, there's no leg days. It's all fade day. I am definitely making Flix walk all the way around.
You sure are.
I'm just gonna watch it go. Yep. And as soon as I see him fly, I'm gonna roll on that wild magic table.
Ridiculous nonsense. I had no idea you were all so terribly disabled. I have so much sympathy for you that will probably last whole seconds.
It's probably best we can get from you, so we'll take it.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Yeah,
I'll take
that's
it.
not bad.
Okay.
TBH.
Are we just climbing this pipe? Wait, how did we even get in here?
There's a cave. You got it. You got it. You were at the cave.
This is
entrance.
like a cave entrance. Yeah, we were going into the cave.
Okay.
Okay.
I was trying to climb it.
Okay.
Ashman just starts climbing this pipe. Get me out of here!
Get me the fuck out of here!
Yeah. Flix immediately leaps into the air. Oh,
Ooh.
he does a little loop-de-loop. That feels so much better.
So if we rest here for just about an hour, I can go back and try to get rid of that summoning room,
I mean,
or we
shouldn't
can bill
leave it
extra for
intact?
it.
So others can investigate it as well. I bet Sick would like to have a look at it.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's fine. It should be fine. I think it's fine. But are you sure you still don't want to rest? Either way.
Oh, I want to sleep for a week.
Well,
It'll take an hour if I can get it.
That seems good. If you guys want to rest, and I'll maybe poke around here, see if there's anything that maybe we missed.
Okay, it sounds good.
Great.
All right, if you'd like to take a short rest, you may begin doing so. If you take a short rest, you're not going to be able to wander about, etc., but roll your hit dice and regenerate your hit points.
Rain will exhaustively case this place with the hour that she has rather than take a short rest.
Okay. Is there anything in particular she is looking for?
Any secret caches of anything like hiding anywhere or personal effects. notes. More notes is good.
Make me an investigation check, please.
Can I make it with advantage since I'm spending a whole hour?
I'll allow it, sure.
Fuck.
Boy, Rain, your attention span just is not long enough. Or you feel like you're doing a very, very good job in investigating while Akashaba and Flix take their brief moment of rest. You do find, kind of mushed up within the pile of warg furs over here, a small crumpled note. And that's
Crumpled
really all you find.
Is it in Orcish?
It is in Orcish.
She will spend the time to cast comprehend languages then, just to see if it's interesting.
All right. The note appears to have a small icon of a snowflake on it, and then it mentions in Orcish something about ley lines and having the circle tap into the Arcterran ley lines. And then it has some like basic summoning circle diagrams on it. But the rune casting is crude and unfinished. Even as a wizard, your trained arcane eye can see that these would not summon really much of anything. Probably a headache.
Unless it's juiced by whatever that is down there, maybe. She will slide it into the notebook alongside the other notes and journal that they previously found, and just kind of keep it all together.
Yeah, you gain notes about ley lines.
Great. Oh, you guys are looking so much better.
Tashma still looks tired. Yes!
It's only been an hour, and he's in proximity to Bones.
Not ideal resting place, but better than was. So
I feel better.
Samson the skeleton
in the
up
air
here.
and zooms around.
Rain grabs one of the like arms with a hand still attached from the bone pile. Just walks up behind Ekshaba and taps him on the shoulder opposite where she is.
Ekshaba obviously falls for it because he's the most gullible bugbear on the planet. He turns around and then looks at Rain and scowls.
Oh, what's the matter, Ekshaba?
This place is terrible. Let's just go back. There is nice changeling woman. Promised me good time. Mostly we would, hang out and talk. This is what I mean by good time, in case any curious about it.
I'm very curious. But there was that ghost. Let's go talk to the ghost. Let's see if the ghost has any treats for us. We did save her from something resembling damnation, after all.
Well, make sure she's fine, you mean?
Sure. Yes, make sure that her spirit is free from torment.
Rain pauses here for just a moment and jots down a number of hash marks next to spiders of various size on her invoice and carries on.
Jesus Christ.
Including detailed locations and state of bodies, so they can come and verify everything, of course.
Christina, I am trying to be relatively stealthy. If you want to roll for me.
Yep. Alright, you may continue on.
Christina, Rain is not trying to be particularly stealthy
Okay,
at all.
you may continue
in
on.
any capacity. I just want to make sure it's clear, because she's absolutely confident that everything is fine.
Let's see, where was that elevator up? Oh, yes.
It was all the way down and around. Are these pipes finally less steamy now that we like got the filtration in and everything's.
They still are carrying steam, but they're not rattling as if they are going to be on the precipice of exploding anymore.
Honestly,
Great.
what you should put on that invoice of yours is did all your work for you.
Oh no, there is a section for services rendered and maintenance performed.
Maintenance performed.
Critical maintenance performed. Catastrophic failure averted.
She quickly like jots that into the margins at those line items.
I have no idea what that means, but I'm sure it's very important.
So I'm gonna stop you two right there. There's a big fucking inferno in front of you.
It's still burning?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I figured this fire would have gone out. Never mind.
Yeah.
Just walk through it for it.
Seems good.
Yes, the bodies that you have lit on fire are still on fire.
At least you didn't fall into it this time, Mikashiba.
Hold. I may have to. Stairs here.
Yeah. I hear it.
I hear yelling at things. All right, hold on just a moment. I'm going to go put you first on B1. Secure. All right, 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. You all enter back into the initial chamber that held the ghost inside. Currently, it appears to be empty.
Hello? What on earth is happening? There are two of me.
Getting teleported.
Where? Oh, sorry. There's two of you?
Yes, there's one in the ghost chamber
I
and
fixed.
another one in the stairwell.
Fixed.
Where am I?
Where are you?
Okay, I see myself now.
Well, she did say that we could have all of these things, and then she melded with them. He, walks up to the chest and knocks on it gingerly. Hello, we've murdered Grisha, and we're back to help you.
She did say that murdering Grisha would set her free. Maybe she's free.
It seems likely based on my experience. She's probably gone over to next life now, which is, hey, good job us.
Well, you'd think she would have stuck around to say thank you.
As you all are deliberating a little bit, holy god, I spawned the ghost inside Rain. Rain is now possessed. Good game. Rain is now a ghost. The ghost appears to melt into existence as you all are talking amongst yourselves. Her translucent form turns to look at you. You've done it. Grisha is no more.
Yes, you are free to pass on now. Grisha's torment has come to an end.
I have done as I said that I would.
What are your names?
Yes, I am Ekshiba, this is Rain, and that is Flix.
Thank you.
Rain does a slight
Duke of
bow.
Cats.
Thank you, Flix. Rain, Mikashiba.
Oh, you're very welcome. Please, rest. You have earned it.
Unless you'd like to tell us about your personal history. We'd love to know more about you and your tribe.
I I'm here only a short time. Please, what do you wish to know? You may ask her. You may ask her one question before she dematerializes.
Maybe what the name of her tribe was, so we know if there's, anybody we should inform.
Did you tell us her name? I forgot.
You did not.
If we have a little precious time, maybe we ask something nice, make her feel better. This has been a harrowing experience, no doubt. Maybe we ask her, like, what is favorite memory, or what is best food for her.
Rain kind of blinks at Akashaba. Like,
It's adorable, but I feel
Okay.
like knowing her name...
Akashaba turns around and cuts Flix off and goes, what is happiest memory?
Oh. My happiest memory. Once, our tribe on the cliffside. We all stood side by side. It was a beautiful day. The snow was coming down lightly. We were not underground. That day, Grisha and I, we rode our first giant owls. We flew high into the skies above Arctis and looked at all the lands we were sworn to protect. Never have I felt so free. Now, I hope she finds the same freedom that the children of the owl once had.
That is good story. Thank you.
And she disappears.
That was actually both heartwarming and useful. Good job, Akashaba. I pat you on the shoulder and leap in front of the chest and try to open it.
See, as you ask nice things, sometimes people give you nice answers.
As you open the chest, it opens quite easily. In fact, as if it were guided by a spectral hand. Inside, on top of everything, the first thing that you notice is a staff. A beautiful forked staff.
Well, there's a stick, and he kind of, levers it out and kind of waves it vaguely in the direction of Akashaba and Rain.
Well, here's a stick. Wags it.
forked staff. Okay.
One moment.
Rain starts perusing all of the literature.
You find incredibly fine wolf pelts. These things have to be worth a pretty penny. These are all bundled and tied up in the chest. They are pristine, without flaw. Also in the chest, you find a heavy bevy of gold. You find approximately 3,000 gold in the chest.
I like a heavy bevy.
You also find 3 potions. One, a somewhat translucent blue. And the other 2 potions, a thick, viscous red. And that is all you find in the chest.
All right. Well, that should fetch us some coin at the very least, which we can then use to purchase actually useful things.
Rain will also take the time to put up detect magic.
All right.
We're gonna take some time, like, in this room.
The staff is extremely magical. In fact, it radiates a very powerful magical aura. The furs are non-magical. And of course, the gold is not magical.
I assume the potions are magical.
Oh, the potions are all magical, yes.
Rain is starting to peruse like the shelves and books and notes and stuff as well for anything interesting.
No, maybe
Or
there's
of
a
note.
spell book or something for you, Rain. Wouldn't that be nice?
Or more notes. Yeah.
A lot of these shelves, if you notice the dustier tomes, are all full of arcanist equations and theories on coppercraft and pressure and all sorts of math that is just dreadfully boring. But some of the smaller, more handcrafted leather-bound tomes in here, you find some very disturbing notes. Some of these notes indicate additional summoning circles that have been worked on. These summoning circles, Rain, as a wizard, you do know that most magic taps into the power of ley lines, like very briefly in order to power whatever they're trying to summon from another plane. This one was trying to form a more permanent link, but also trying to understand how Polcanic energy worked. And a lot of these notes are about experiments with Polcanic energy on various subjects, both living and dead.
Oh boy.
A lot of them, the tests go on to include the infusion of various elements in the undead.
Nope,
But
don't like that.
These infusions tend to be very unstable in living targets. However, there was another successful venture in the creation of merging the giant spider with elemental ice energy, creating an ice spider, so to speak. But the notes indicate the spider was essentially impossible to control, and took most of the other spiders in the cave as her own children, so to speak.
Is there any reference to using this on like inanimate objects for like enchanting purposes?
Oh,
in these
yes.
notes?
There's a lot of things about, or little notes about how the Polcanic energy breaks down magic around it, and Polcanic energy versus in proximity to Borean shards. And there's a lot of very, very inconclusive experiments regarding Borean shards and the Polcanic energy. Basically, they've all failed.
Okay. She adds these notes to these sheaves of other notes that are now just like sticking out of like what I imagine like this like one of those like black and white like little written notebooks, just like crammed with all this like paper now at this point.
No, Rain definitely is a trapper keeper kind of adventurer.
No, this isn't my journal. This is the journal we got from downstairs.
So
I
you
do
notice
enjoy the idea of Rain having like a unicorn trapper keeper, though. It's on brand.
100%.
one of the more worn tomes up here detail, or is a little bit more mundane. It's about like the history of Orgruk Titan Shield, Ascended of Arctis.
She grabs it, kind of looks at it, tosses it to Eksheba. Hey, you want a history lesson?
I do not know where you get that idea from. A history lesson, some are fine, others quite tedious.
I poke the crystal to see if it's moored in place or if it can be picked up.
Okay, one moment.
Oh boy!
Like touching crystals.
I
Name a more
fucking
iconic
love
duo.
Flicks touching crystals. It's my favorite thing.
I honestly legitimately forgot that touching the last one teleported him into a vision. I love everything about it.
You've just activated a over the radio cutscene.
You're a gift to DMs. Like, Every DM wants the fucking character that'll just touch everything, and Flix just delivers that every time. I love it.
If Rain is a blight to DMs because Rain cannot be hit, Flix is the gift.
Flix is the gift. Agreed. Oh, Flix. You touch the Borean shard, and you find yourself in a curiously familiar place. A long stone bridge and a stone archway etched with runes stands behind you. And large braziers full of mysterious, sparkling blue glittering flame hangs suspended from the trees.
All right, he makes a note of all the runes.
Okay.
He does his very best to memorize them, or even like takes a dagger and like scratches them into his own skin.
Ooh. I've seen this movie.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll make something weird and magical happen. Maybe it'll just transport back out. But I'll take a hit point of damage in order to do that.
All right. 1 hit point it is. The price has been paid in blood.
Super edgy. All right, not gonna forget anything this time. He looks around carefully. Like, is it the same where I'm kind of bound into this tunnel, like there's an invisible wall guiding me?
It is. You may try to escape.
Nope, he's gonna go right here. Oh, more runes. He makes a note of the runes. And I'm gonna make a careful note of all the people. And try to get close enough to listen. Like, he's not being shy.
The 6 figures that stand on the dais, and you've come to know them as Beatrice, the Porcelain, Orgrek, Titan Shield, Tessa Polcanis, and Keo Galecutter. You've heard tale of at least the other 2, a Triton, and this curious king of the land of eternal night. But last you remember this vision, Forgruk had pushed something into the center of the dais, and a crystal had appeared. Forgruk and Keo were in an argument. Beatrice nods, looking at the crystal in the center of the circle. Then it is done. They will plague us no more. Forgruk seems to nod in agreement. Keo appears to shake his head, disgusted with whatever decision they have made. Tessa speaks up. Now what will you do, Beatrice? You and your inquisitors. A cold smile passes over Beatrice's face. Oh, don't you worry. We will find our quarry. They cannot escape. My beautiful, beautiful changeling daughters. Flix, you're snapped back to the present.
Oh, I had another one! He pokes the crystal again.
Another one what?
It's warm.
Another vision. I try to pick the crystal up and stuff it into my satchel.
It's about 30 pounds of crystal. It's very large. It's like the biggest salt lick you've ever seen. As a fairy, you struggle to put your arms around it, but you manage to squish it into your bag of holding, awkwardly, as only a bag of holding can.
Yes. Gather all the Borean shards.
You've acquired a red Borean shard.
Another vision. He checks his arm where he scratched down the runes.
The runes are still there.
Ah, look at these runes, Beatrice. Write them down someplace.
Beatrice?
I'm sorry, it was the vision. Rain, you remind me of Beatrice. Look.
Rain
Write these
looks at
runes
them.
down. They're on the gate that led to the meeting chamber. Maybe that's important.
Rune will feverishly scribble them down. Do they mean anything to her?
Roll Arcana. Or History, whatever's higher.
Sorry, what are history?
Arcana?
Okay.
Ooh, very
18.
nice. These runes that Flix described are runes of warding. They are usually set to keep people out of things or places where they should not be. These seem to be very, very ancient runes, though, as the magic has become a little bit more streamlined in more modern times. But these runes are certainly older than any of the Ascended that may have been in that circle that day.
These are very old magical runes. They don't really say anything. They're just magical wards.
Well,
But
what about
they're
these?
very old.
What about these others? Because I wrote down the runes that were around the dais.
Oh, I will jot those down as well.
Okay. Give me a separate Arcana or History check for those.
I imagine if one of them was to keep people out, perhaps the other one was these are to prevent scrying or something of that nature, to keep their meetings private. That's what I would
22.
do.
Rain, as you examine these particular runes, it's like looking at a very complex mathematical equation, but listed in just lines and dots and casted marks. And as you try and puzzle out what exactly this copied equation may be, you get a sinking feeling. And the note in your pocket reminds you of some of these runes that Flix has shown you right now.
Like the summoning runes? Or circles? Oh dear.
What?
These look a lot like, well, here. She pulls out the crumpled note. See how they look kind of similar? Here and here?
Yes, but what do these mean? The ones on your paper?
These are, oh yeah, you can't read Orcish. So these are notes about summoning. They're Grisha's notes about making these summoning circles to utilize different aspects of Borean shards and slow and things like that to make, well, bridges, summoning circles.
Oh, well, I mean, Grisha using it is obviously sinister. But if you wanted to conveniently meet with leaders of other nations, a
Well-
place you could teleport to directly is probably valuable.
But they're very old, which means,
That she had
Grisha-
access to this chamber.
or that knowledge somehow. Would you mind pulling the shard out real quick?
Yeah, sure, certainly. He, dumps the shard out carefully.
Rain just touches it to see if it does anything.
The shard is warm to your touch, but does not seem to react to you.
Oh, and I overheard a conversation. Beatrice was there, and Forgrok, and Tessa Polcanic, and, Tina, is it Kia Gale Cutter? A
Keo?
Triton. Keo, yes.
The owl
Keo.
folk.
Indeed. Keo. A Triton and a Polaran whose names I don't know. And Beatrice said, "Then it is done. They will plague us no more." Kia, or Keo, didn't like it. There was a crystal in the center of the table. Did it look like a Borean shard?
Look similar to a Borean shard. It looks kind of similar to most of the crystals around this area, very luminescent.
And then Tessa said, "Now what will you do, Beatrice? You and your inquisitors."
Wait, hang on.
then Beatrice
are
said-
you bouncing back and forth, like actually
Yes,
acting out? Because
exactly,
I fucking
exactly.
love it. Okay, carry
Yeah,
on.
and he's making Beatrice's arrogant expressions and doing the catty expressions that they had.
Love it. All right, I'm there with you. Please
Oh,
carry
don't
on.
you worry. We will find our quarry. They cannot escape. My beautiful, beautiful changeling daughters. So apparently, Beatrice had something of a secret police, an inquisition,
Wait,
composed entirely of changelings.
My beautiful... Was she referring to the others when she said my beautiful changeling daughters?
Well, yes. Her inquisitors.
But was she implying that she was talking directly to... Like, was it possible that the other individuals you saw were actually changelings?
No.
Oh, okay.
At least nothing in the conversation led me to believe that. No, it definitely seemed as though the first part of her statement was about how her quarry could not escape, and then she was musing about her beautiful changeling daughters. Although I suppose she could have been saying that her beautiful changeling daughters were the quarry, but that doesn't make very much sense to me at all.
The implication I thought maybe was that they were actually disguised as some of the other ascendant. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
And that she was talking to... Okay, great. Excellent. Love it.
Of course, I have no idea what to make of that.
Rain feverishly writes all of these notes down. Like, full, like, script with blocking, like, style, like, formatting.
Okay.
As Flix reenacts.
Please, you are a quite good actor. If adventuring does not pan out, maybe you get a job in acting.
Acting!
Acting.
There's this lovely kingdom called Hollywood. I don't know if you've ever been there, but they have the absolute best plays.
By the way, when
acting would probably be grand.
When Nick was going back and forth between the different characters, and he was like, and then such and such said, all I heard in my head was, and Dr. Dre said.
Okay, well, let's definitely put this shard back. I don't think the artificers will miss it. I mean, as far as
back, you mean in the satchel?
Of course. What else would I have meant?
I don't know, but I was prepared to disagree, he says, stuffing the borean shard into his satchel.
Great. Rain is scanning around the rest of the room to see if there's anything else either that lights up with detect magic or any more interesting, like, notes to collect.
You have found, I think, all the interesting notes that you could possibly find here in this room.
Great. I know I think we're pretty sure what's in this chest, but
I mean, we should ask. What's our orc friend's name? Out of character?
The ghost?
Sick. No. The male orc.
Oh,
Grun?
Grun.
Yeah, we should ask Grun about burial rites. I mean, we already freed her spirit, but it can't hurt to perform proper burial rites, right?
Right. That's why Rain is opening this to recover her remains.
Technically, okay, yeah. I was going to say, for burial rites, we will need, remains, but it sounds like we already got a good hitting on that.
In the chest, wrapped in canvas and bound with rope, is a corpse.
Acquire 1 orc priestess corpse.
You put the orc priestess corpse in your bag?
I mean, we
No.
take it. We take it and put it in the bag of holding respectfully.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Sure.
I mean, I'm not going to carry a corpse everywhere.
We are holding respectfully.
Yeah.
Great. Excellent. Yes.
Cool.
Tight.
Very good.
Did her corpse glow with magic? Did you have any magical objects?
I did not.
Just
So that's everything in here?
corpse.
We have tossed it thoroughly like a little team of FBI agents.
You have given this place the good tossing, yes.
Akojima, are you quite
Excellent.
all right? You look exhausted, and you spent much of this adventure covered alternately in slime and arthropods of various sorts.
No, I'm fine. I'm very much enjoying as you two both look for anything not bolted to floor to take back, as opposed to, going back to town for rest. This is definitely my preference.
Good. I'm glad we're all in agreement then.
Indeed. I'm so glad you've come around.
Oh, great. Good times.
Good times, good times.
Kashima, gives Rain a pat on the shoulder, but it's like an actual, just pretty fucking forceful pat on the shoulder.
Rain's
All right.
not that wise. She doesn't pick up on that.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I just couldn't do it to Flix. Too low to the ground.
Oh yeah, Flix is constantly flying around, by the way.
Okay.
Well, I think I have a full accounting of all of our charges that we will be billing to the Artificers Guild. I don't know, Flex or Extra, would you like to review it? And she like holds out a scroll that is just a itemized invoice of
You
everything
forgot
that was murdered.
exposure, a peril bonus for exposure to toxic substances. Both the stinking clown that Grisha cast, as well as various scums and slimes.
She scribbles some things in the margins.
Noted.
There's like some absurd like gold calculation at the bottom. I figure, I mean, I don't know if they're going to hand us, just like a giant like cart of gold or anything like that. But like I figure, I don't know, Flix, here, she hands you the invoice. Maybe you can negotiate like something like fair trade for services rendered or something like that.
Oh, indeed.
In exchange
or perhaps,
for favor.
a line
favors.
of credit?
I mean, they are an Artificers Guild. They can do quite a lot in terms of
We say this
services
as we're
provided.
making our way out. We're having
Yeah.
this conversation.
I figure you can negotiate it, but here you are.
Don't worry, Akashaba. We'll ensure that you get your fair share of wonderful magical things that aid in the future doing of good, and you needn't dirty your hands with the details.
Oh, I love to hear that. Thank you.
Or
And then delete
pause,
you
I
all?
suppose.
Ah!
No.
Oh
Now
my
remember,
god!
There was that pipe on the top floor that probably had slimes coming out of it. We're likely going to need to dispose of them.
There was also one other door that was sealed. Wasn't it this one?
Yeah, there were a number of different doors that were sealed that we need to investigate.
Well, the other door that's below us that was still sealed, we actually came around to the back side of anyway. So I think it's
But
really
yes,
just
this one was definitely sealed, so we should check it out.
on the way out. I think this was the only one that was actually still sealed that we never did get around to opening.
Out of character, Christina? Is that
Yeah.
accurate?
At
I mean, I don't want to. We're kind of compromising because we don't want to take up game time wandering around each map. Like, the way when you play a video game and you forget where shit is, and then you spend 2 hours roaming around maps you've already explored.
yeah, that's the
We don't
fun
want to
part.
do the equivalent of that. So,
I'm pretty sure it's this one because the door is still shut. I'm willing to accept whether it is or not. If there's anything more, I don't care. It's fine.
It is locked.
Oh, it's still locked even though we unlocked all of the doors?
It is still locked.
Oh. Well.
but it's not a door. It's like one of those pressure.
Yeah, it's
sealed-
one of the sealed ones with the opened usually by a console.
Is this DM speak for leave it alone and leave the dungeon?
No. It's DM speak for there's a locked door. Are you curious enough to still find out what's behind it, or do you want to leave?
Well, yeah, I'm curious enough to maybe there's a way for us to open this. Brute force if need be, because I'm devilishly curious.
Yeah, I could try. I do have giant gauntlets of strong.
Well, hey, give me just a
you
moment.
do.
Rain will run down to this console real quick. And now that we've seen kind of how the other doors are like utilized, she's just looking for like a door release button of some kind or something that resembles a door release button from what we found in the lower halls.
Flix has like one of his little crowbars and is like trying to prise open the door.
As the sounds of
Hey.
as Flix is trying to open this door in the background, one of the buttons that wasn't lit up before is currently lit up. And it says hatch release.
I press the button.
Hold on, a big fat cat walks across your keyboard. Okay,
Ah!
Tabby, go,
Is
Tabby,
that
go.
why I turned sideways?
Yes. Did you
Big
turn
cat
sideways?
harassed.
Oh my god.
Sounds
Yeah,
like I told
Tabby
him
did
20.
that.
You
Tabby
got
did
the
that.
best count then.
The hatch releases this. Oh, it worked.
I want to imagine that you think that you opened it.
I mean, he was sitting there.
He
with the
had the crowbar.
I mean,
Yeah.
objective fact suggests that I was prizing open the door and then the door gave way.
Yep. Great. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Oh, this is boring already.
Inside,
battery.
you see a single more infiltration system here on the ground, and you see what appears to be a pneumatically sealed chest of sorts. And there's a large, like wheel or turning device on the top that you assume would open this device.
Well, a chest is less boring.
I will investigate it.
Let me see that.
But
pizza.
normal valuables are locked in chests, whereas this is something sealed.
Right, you notice that this is rusted shut. Whatever is in here has not been opened in a very long time.
Well, if there's anything awful in here, it's probably already dead.
I mean, unless it's some sort of volatile substance that will poison us as soon as we open the chest.
I'm sure it's fine.
Well, here, help me. I start using prestidigitation to clean off as much rust and corrosion as possible from the seams.
Some of the more visual rust comes off, but the prestidigitation does not make the rust come off from the internal gears, making the chest easier to open. It just makes it nice and clean.
I think
It'll
this
make my
is-
job easier.
I think this is going to take a little bit of elbow grease.
Fortunately, I not only have elbows, but I have little teeny tiny hands. And he proceeds to reach bodily into the mechanism and start messing with gears. Absolutely heedless of the risk of, like, the mechanism starting and, like, completely mangling his arms from the forearms down.
But so your tiny little fairy hand starts digging around in the internals of whatever this hatch is, just digging around in there. Well, it's not trapped. It's most certainly rusted shut. It's probably just going to take some actual strong arming to turn the wheel and open this thing up. Doesn't even seem locked.
He, like, squirts a bunch of lubricant everywhere, like the same lubricant that he uses to, like, lube
Hello?
Seas lock.
Excuse me?
Oil!
Point to
Oil!
me
Do you
on
want
your
oil?
character sheet
Oil
where
is lubricant.
the lubricant is, sir.
It's a silicone-based
Oh,
lubricant.
Jesus. Everybody uses water-based anyway. Alright, you're gonna need to make
With the water-based silicone lubricant, right?
There's no water-based silicone lubricant. You pretend. You're like, hey, I opened it. Spoilers, it's not open.
Flix, why do you carry that with you?
No, you never know.
He has used it to light a lot of bodies on fire in the last day.
Yeah, it's incredibly flammable.
It's good reason, I suppose.
I think you have to use your muscles, Flix.
Akasha, do
Yeah.
the thing.
No, I want to see you try.
Yeah, Flix.
Maybe Flix, you try first, and then if that's not good enough, maybe then we tap in,
After-
Extrava with the big guns.
After like a solid 30 to 60 seconds of me watching you struggle, I will pop in.
All right, fine.
Strength saving throw if you wish to turn the wheel.
Athletics? Makes
Nope.
sense.
Nope.
Why would it be a
Nope.
saving throw? Well, either way, it's the same thing, which is 17.
Ah,
It's really to make sure you don't throw out your back.
yeah. Alright, you
I
buckle
mean, like,
down.
a feat of strength like this would be athletics ordinarily, for what it's worth.
You buckle
unless it's
down,
like a-
turn the wheel. Okay, you
Like, he
strain.
braces his little feet and, like, grabs one of the crossbars on the wheel and heaves.
Oh, I think it moved a little bit. I think you've almost got it.
There's much straining. But afterwards, there's a delightful little pop! You don't know if it's Flix's back or the wheel, but something turns. And the chest opens.
Ah, I am mighty!
Oh,
Flix,
well,
like, zooms about.
And immediately goes and
Akasha.
starts looking into this chest.
I'm very strong, apparently. Stronger than I thought I was anyway.
you are very strong, Flix. This is very
And you
apparent.
were holding your gauntleted paws over me unnecessarily. How ridiculous.
Rain, inside is a large green borean shard, about the same size as the one you found in the study room with the ghost.
Oh.
Wait, Akashaba and I were talking shit.
Continue
No.
talking shit.
Not a poor sport here. Happy to take the L.
Oh.
You had a good shot at getting the W on that one.
Yeah, look, we played in percentages here. We're not results oriented.
Rain like pulls this like borean shard out.
It's
Flix, come over
green.
here.
Oh. Flix, like, immediately zips out of the area of effect and pulls out, and drags Akashaba out of the area of effect as well and says, Rain, drop it and back away, please.
What? Why?
I dig into the bag of holding for the detector. Does the detector go off?
The detector actually is going off. It goes.
I knew it! Is Rain going, why? And still holding the...
It's just
The shard and
is it
looking
like
at
it's just like casting off light, right? Like, is there anything that indicates like this is bad?
It's just casting off a light. Your hair seems to be stirring in a light breeze that you don't know where it's coming from. Maybe from the steam
Rain.
pipe behind you.
Rain, honestly, you should really put that down and walk out of the radius of the green light, I think, probably.
Rain will
he, like,
set it down.
Flicks further, like, is doing his best to drag Akashaba away from the radiance. I don't know if Akashaba can go with him or not, but,
Akash already moved out of it, I thought. So
No, I mean, even further away, because he doesn't trust it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what this was supposed to detect, but I suspect that whatever it was dangerous, and we just unleashed it.
I mean, I guess maybe. Did you try that with the other borean shard? Maybe it just detects borean shards.
Yes. Do you remember the enormous lightning-y borean shard in that chamber?
Oh yeah, I guess we did actually use it there.
Yes, we did. This is anomalous and ominous. And I really enjoy that anomalous and ominous have similar numbers of syllables.
I'm anomalous. I'm
Okay,
a hippopotamus.
Well, okay. Rain is going to step back there very quickly and at least close the lid.
You close the lid.
All right.
The hinges close with a creaky.
I feel better about all of that now. Now, why on earth? What do you suppose it does?
Flix, even with this thing closed, your little gauge is still going off.
Let's leave this room, shall we?
Yeah, it seems a good idea. Shut that.
Your gauge stops detecting.
Okay, well,
I hope that wasn't dangerous. And that we won't inevitably pay horribly for our exposure to whatever that was.
He's fine. We will go now, and it'll be okay.
Definitely gonna insist on some answers from Morris. Now, to the south over here is where we might run into some slimes, so be on your guard, please. I'm gonna try to be sneaky and hide amongst the stalagmites.
Alright. Extremely sneaky.
Rain just goes straight for the stairs.
Yeah, clop, clop, clop. Wait, not clop.
Nope,
You're not a
Clop.
centaur.
Nope.
The stairs lead up to the ground floor of the geothermic rift. Ah, things are so much nicer up here. And everything seems to be
the
in
only part of the
working
entire
order.
thing that's maintained.
Oh, it's nice not to be down there anymore. I tell you, when we first went in, I was excited, but I'm glad to be done.
I am as well, to be honest. I'm actually rather pleased that we survived. I was rather in doubt on several occasions.
Oh, hey. Hey, come in. Wow, you guys were down there for a while.
Days, probably. It's difficult to tell, what with the lack of daylight.
Yeah, wow. Come in. Yeah, have a seat. He looks a little bit sheepish. He's in, like, pajamas.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time you serviced down there?
What do you mean?
Performed any maintenance at all whatsoever of any kind?
Ensure that the whole thing wasn't about to explode.
Well, I mean, it hasn't really needed maintenance in a really long time. We usually have somebody on site keeping track of the various gauges and pressure and all the readings. And yeah, you guys came back. How did it go?
Well, let me tell you.
What?
Oh, let Akasha tell. I'm sure.
Please, actually, yes.
Fascinating.
Oh, not all at once. Whoa, bugbear. Hey.
Bugbear gets up in his face.
Whoa.
Are you aware of just how many spiders are down there? Multitudes of spiders.
I am unaware.
There were so many spiders, and there were centipedes, and there were many other giant bugs that try to eat people. They crawl from underfloor. They crawl.
They're definitely living.
They crawl on rain.
Did you find
toxic slimes? There were many bad things down there.
Whoa.
What are you actually doing with this place down there?
Wait, what?
He's clearly not
methods?
managing it.
Don't forget the methods.
What's a method?
Methods.
Devils.
I don't.
Devils. Huh? There was sorceress woman with volcano lava.
But there's not supposed to be people down there.
She summoned giant tongue thing.
Excuse
there
me?
were tentacles.
Rain pulls out the tongue.
Huh?
Yeah.
Necromancy chambers?
Yeah. What do you do down there? What is your job?
Morris holds up his hands. Whoa!
No, I am not quite finished.
What is that? This is so much.
I ask you a question,
I
Morris.
can't.
You will answer a question right now.
Okay.
He just begins like getting his face. What is your actual job?
I am an artificer!
Oh yeah, did you know there's Polcanic lava down there as well?
Yeah, volcanic lava.
What?
Well, I mean,
wait,
that's what provides
hold on.
power for the whole thing, I imagine.
Huh?
No, it's not supposed to be Polcanic lava down there.
Wait, there's Polcanic lava down there.
You say your job is artificer, but you apparently know nothing about what goes on in this place.
Honestly, you very nearly had a catastrophic incident, like the entire thing exploding or becoming a gateway directly to hell.
Okay, listen, man, I just work here.
An enormous tongue fiend emerged from the volcanic lava and tried to tongue us all to death. Have you ever been tongued to death, Morris?
Not recently. Maybe we should go back to town.
Hey, maybe we go back to town and you tell me who is the name of your supervisor.
Yeah, you can talk to my manager.
There's also a lot of maintenance that needs to be done down there, frankly. We have an invoice.
Okay, alright. Wow, this is, hang on. It's like checking the dials. It seems the pressure let up. Alright.
That's because we fixed it.
Good strategy. If we just wait for adventurers, that will probably solve these tremendous logistical issues.
Oh, yeah.
You see, extra, but this is why we have to charge for our services. So the rich, wealthy people understand when they, are really putting other people at risk.
That's a good idea, and then we take that money and donate to orphans.
Yes. Some of it.
Well, it's probably like most of it, though. We don't
a percentage, an appreciable percentage.
Okay, but Morris, listen. Need
I
to
don't...
talk to your boss now.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll go to the Artificers Guild. Okay. All right. Hang on.
And just to convey the urgency, the whole way back, Rain will be sharing the various summoning and volcanic lava experiment notes, and this was all happening down there, right under your nose.
Morris is like, oh, did you draw these notes yourself?
No, you artificers, I swear.
I didn't know you speak Orcish.
I'm a wizard. I can read anything. Obviously.
Oh, this is that airship?
Huh?
We've never actually been here, have we?
We have
what?
not.
You haven't been to the Artificers Guild?
Why are there enormous rabbits?
Why doesn't Mr. T. Tinkering tell us about these things?
But why are there enormous rabbits?
I mean, there are rabbit people. That's like they're a thing.
No,
I mean-
but there are really terrifyingly enormous rabbits everywhere.
Wow, you guys
Why?
have
Oh.
so many questions.
Oh.
Whew.
It's like the Easter Bunny.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
what?
I would not. Oh, Morris! Morris! What is this? You see a rabbit kind of hopping down from around the airship area. Morris? Boy? What are you doing?
Is this Colonel Rice Paper?
The rabbit appears to have small little glasses perched on his nose and a red bandana
Where
on his
did
head.
you find this art?
He appears to be sitting on a small mechanoid of some device, and it is emitting small puffs of steam as it propels him around this airship.
Oh, well, I imagine that the rabbits are some sort of tribute to this individual.
You could. Morris seems to become increasingly more nervous the closer the rabbit is getting to the party. The rabbit and his mechanical device peer down over the ledge of the airship down at the party below. Well, Morris, you brought some more adventurers into the guild.
How many adventurers do you employ? Extra fires back.
As many as I need. They're rather disposable. What do you want, Bugbear?
I want to tell you a story about a terrible place that is not being run well by Artificers Guild.
Oh,
Also-
all right. All right.
also,
We got the
about
complaint
us-
area. All right. Well,
Also,
I'm going to point you
probably
to the
us
complaint
saving your
desk,
city?
which is right back there. He points to the door. That's
Rain
the complaint
throws-
area.
Rain throws Grisha's head up to him.
Oh. What in tarnation?
That
Well,
was the
that-
orcish necromancer who was about
What?
to blow up your geothermic rift and turn it into a gateway to hell.
And has left a rather sizable pool of volcanic lava down there, actually.
That's true as well.
That's
And the
just all the-
summoning circle stays there.
And all the spiders.
Well, yes, they're on the invoice.
Horace is like creeping away.
Where are you going, Morris?
Oh God. Listen, you can talk to Lou over there. He's the leader of the Artificers Guild and definitely my manager.
Yeah, no, Morris, I think we're going to need you to stay here.
Extraba looks over at Lou. You should know, this Morris man, he's not very helpful. He's not a very helpful man.
Now, Extra, that's maybe a little bit. That's
Guys, how did he help us? He's like, oh yes, go down there, check it out, he's fine. And then we come back up and he's like, oh sorry, I cannot tell you why all these things happened to you.
he did open the door and he did take us here. That is technically all he promised to do. She looks at Morris, looks back at Lou. But again, let's get back to the orcish necromancer who is trying to destroy your geothermic plant.
Yes, that's actually pretty much the only thing I care about. He hops down.
Honestly, Rain, you're making such a big deal out of, the imminent and irreversible destruction of Borealis.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about Morris's capabilities. A little bit less about Morris's capabilities, and more about this imminent destruction of my precious geothermic vent. Come on. Come.
Yeah, it seems as though we came around.
Come along. Now, if your feet moved as fast as your lips, we'd actually get something done around here.
Akashaba just said he needed like 30 seconds, so he'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I missed it.
He said it in a
Why
different
is
Discord
rabbit
accidentally.
so large?
Oh, oops. Well, since Akashba is in here, we will just continue. Now, listen, my name is Lou Nibblesworth, and I am the Master Artificer here at the Artificers Guild. If you have problems or anything involving the heating or otherwise mechanical structure of Arctis, you'll be talking to me.
Great. Lovely to meet you, Lou. I am Rain Silversong. That is Flix, Duke of Cats, and Ekshaba. We were
Yes, that's an
recently...
absolute
Excellent.
pleasure
Enough
to
about
meet
you, more about my vent.
Well, as I was explaining, you We came upon an orcish plot to utilize the... Is he just, like, wandering around?
He's examining this massive Borean shard as you are speaking.
Excuse me, are you paying attention? This is very important.
The quantity of the power, the amount of the... Yes, continue. I'm doing some calculations.
Yes, anyway, as I was saying, we uncovered a plot by various orcish factions to utilize the geothermic rift for unfortunate means.
Describe unfortunate means. What is unfortunate? Does any damage come to the rift?
She pulls out the notes.
Well, it's not exactly clear.
I'm not sure. I'm not an artificer myself, although
we did manage to correct a goodly number of flaws and imminent catastrophic failures that were about to occur.
Yes,
which
yes,
you will
good
find
job. What is this?
Accordingly in our invoice.
What are these crude scribbles you're placing in front of me?
Well, can you not read the Orcish?
He fixes his glasses on his nose, and his little bunny nose, like, wiggles back and forth. Oh yes, I can read Orcish.
Okay, well then, let me walk you through it. And she, like, walks him through the full range of notes that we found from Grisha, documenting all of the Polcanic activity and experiments and undead and summoning circles and everything. And you see here where she has a number of failed experiments that she refers to the summoning circle. Well, she had a successful one, finally, that she's managed to pull off with your geothermic rift, which, by the way, is now full of volcanic lava, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe is supposed to be there.
He glances down over his glasses at Rain. Now that is news. This, he wiggles the notes, garbage. No wonder why she couldn't get anything done. It's all garbage.
Don't worry.
Well, she did
Rain pulls out the
successfully
tongue.
summon a fiend.
Ugh.
Here's a fiend, and also you'll find in our invoice documented quite a large volume of undead that had also been experimented on via Polcanic energies. You'll find those down there as well. Dealt with, however, if you want them disposed of, that'll be an optional disposal fee, of course.
It's also worth mentioning that you said it's all garbage, but those are the same runes that were found in the original Arctis council chambers, where all the ascendants met. So
Lou gives you, like, a
magic.
very flat look, and then just busts out laughing. He slaps his fuzzy leg. I love the Fae. They always
Princess,
give me a good laugh.
Look closely. You see right here in particular.
He sighs, looks at it.
It's right. You see this symbol right here. Does that not look familiar to you? You are a learned scholar of the arcane, are you not?
He sighs.
Surely, if I could identify this, you are fully aware of what it means.
Yes, I've seen these particular runes before, but they're old. There's better ones now. But the claim is the thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, you see.
What's wrong, Akazuba?
It's just, I feel like maybe we are not discussing all the damages that we have suffered in dungeon, and I feel like these are not being taken seriously.
Oh, no, sorry, Flix. The invoice, if you don't mind.
Oh, certainly. I unroll the invoice and begin listing off the various trials, tribulations, fixes, flaws, so on and so forth.
He looks at this. What is this? What are these numbers?
An estimate.
An estimate of what? How much time you're wasting?
Well, no. Exactly how much the Artificers Guild owes us for saving the machinery down there.
Oh, the fairies! I can't get enough of them. Every time with the jokes and the invoices. Oh, hilarious.
Flix, I don't get the impression that he seems too awfully concerned about this. Maybe we should take this to... Oh,
The mayor?
yes, maybe. Maybe the mayor, or, a Poro.
Uh-oh.
I think Poro would be very concerned to hear about the imminent danger coming from the geothermic rift.
I see
Wait,
some
shivering noises fill the immediate area.
Right.
There.
Actually, by increasing refreshment in cast thaumaturgy and uses it to generate a bunch of spider sounds as he's frowning.
Okay, spider sounds begin echoing throughout the Artificers Guild.
Akashiba just stares at Lou as he is doing this.
Lou Wow, what a
Flix
terrible,
leans
terrible
in.
day.
If there was a camera that was close up on Akashiba's face, Flix would lean into it and whisper, "So many spiders," and then lean out.
Yes, I don't doubt that you adventurers have gone through no great trouble to bring me this news. Yes, and I'm greatly appreciative, and so are all the people of Arctis, but...
Oh, thank you. Okay, that's literally all I wanted was a, hey, thank you for saving Arctis adventurers. Thank you. Nakashima just, stomps off.
All right, well... and then with that,
He had a rather tough time. If we
It appears
encountered
so.
anything with multiple legs, it ended up on him somehow.
ugh, how... terrible.
Well, greater than 2 legs. Or 0 legs, actually. Actually, as a matter of fact.
Well, the slime was something else entirely.
Yeah, 0 legs, technically. Anyway,
Well, aside from all the hardships
abnormal
you
number
face,
of legs.
tell me a little bit more about this Polcanic lava underneath
Before
my
we get
precious
to
earth.
that, if we encounter a borean shard that grows a lambent green and sets off this detector, he holds up the detector. What does that mean?
He furrows his brow. Give that thing to me. Where did you find one of my filter detectors?
Well, I found it doing maintenance on your borealan power plant. Where else would I have found it?
Oh, well, I'm sure it was helping you find some of the filters. He hops it back,
Actually,
hands it
not
back
It
to you.
actually wasn't. It only detected that one shard that was glowing green.
Oh, no, that particular item's purpose is to detect some of the completed filters. Sometimes we leave them laying around everywhere. They let off a very particular magical resonance. Sometimes the filters need to be replaced. That sometimes being once every couple 100 years.
You know, that probably would have come in handy, from the get-go, actually, now that we think about it, Flix.
I guess it would have.
Anyway,
He shrugs. You can keep it.
Flix
No,
slips it into the satchel.
oh, okay. Well, anyway. Yes, back to the issue at hand. You currently have a permanent summoning circle down there, connected seemingly to some extraplanar location where this thing, or at least the possessor of this thing, came from, and she drops the 10-foot-long Fing tongue in front of him on the desk.
Goodness. What in tarnation?
We
happy
actually
you
left
didn't
the
see the
circle
other
intact so
aspect.
you could examine it, actually.
Ugh. What am I looking at? What is this?
Some kind of Polcanic fiend came out of the Polcanic lava after it was summoned by Grisha, the Orcish necromancer,
He
who
blinks.
somehow managed to find her way into your geothermic rift undetected and summoned scores of undead.
What do you mean? What do
Yes,
you-
and after my
Nothing
shadow
comes
peeled
out
away
of
from my
slow.
body...
Slow itself is unstable. You can't even be around it. Half of the people
Well-
of Arctis are falling apart if they're within yards of it. It's
Oh,
horrible.
really? I hadn't noticed.
He
Well-
looks at you.
There are literally pages upon pages of notes in here describing in excruciating and in sometimes grotesque detail the application of slow upon various biological entities. Primarily
Actually,
orcs. She really
let's
liked
start
the
over.
orcs.
Because we came in like a little bit of a fire, and Lou's not used to having his brilliance interrupted by moronic adventurers. So let's pretend for a moment, Lou, that you are as brilliant as you must be to be the head of the Borealis Artificers Guild, yes?
Yes,
let's
you don't
presume-
waste my time telling me how brilliant I am. Go on.
And now let's presume for a moment that we aren't moronic adventurers. And that we actually did you a great service, and that we need your help to ensure that the initial service that we perform by saving the place isn't wasted by examining what remains down there and whatever remnant threat there is.
Yes,
Can we
of course.
agree on that?
Yes, of course. I'm more impressed by the fact that a fairy has been in close proximity to Slow and survived. That's probably one of the only reasons why I'm still speaking with you.
Excellent. Well, that's great. I did lose
tell
my
me,
shadow for quite some time.
Yes, just tell me, any adverse effects? Did your shadow ever come back? He's kind of peering around you.
Somewhat to my disappointment, it did. And would you accompany us down there so that we can show you what we're speaking of? After we're delivered tender in recompense for the effective work that we've already done, of course.
Me, myself,
As
he
your
gestures
instruments, we no
down to
doubt show.
the thing under him. I don't get around very easily anymore, but I'll take your word for it. I'm an old rabbit.
Is he smoking a cigar?
Probably. I'm old. Yeah, he is. Smokes vigorously.
It's a steam cigar.
But you have given me a problem, but also a solution, folded in another problem. So we've got Polcanic slow in the geothermic rift, yet the geothermic rift still functions as normal. Curious.
That's better than normal.
Well, that is to be seen. He is continuing to look at this giant borean shard.
It was while we were down there running rather well. It was in the red on some of the gauges. We had to apply additional filters to get it under control. It seemed like so. Maybe it is operating at higher than expected output.
Lou is going through some of the papers. It appears that from some of the reports as of 2 days ago, we noticed increased pressure down in the basement 3 level.
Yes, all the filters have been removed from the main console near the large turbines.
Oh, well.
And there was an enormous shard that was overcharging in the food. Lots of red lightning.
Now that's a crude word for it, but I'll let it pass.
Well, I'm not an artificer. I can barely make sense of what I'm saying.
He nods. I know. Well,
Yeah, well,
the pressure seems to have gone back to normal, but we do have that Polcanic problem to ponder over.
indeed, it seems as though you might want to send a team of artificers down there to actually perform proper maintenance.
He nods. That I can arrange. Morris! Oh, God. Yeah, Lou. Why don't you go assemble your new crackpot team of artificers and go down to the rift and do some proper maintenance? Oh, God. He just stares, and Morris leaves.
You might want to bring a janitorial crew while you're down there.
And some more adventurers. It's
Said there
very
were, like,
likely there are more slimes.
Spiders and stuff down there.
Well,
You're
most
damn
of them
right
are
there's
dead.
spiders down there. Boy, there's probably also centipedes. Bring some acid. Oh.
And I cannot understate how many orc bodies. So many orc bodies.
Tell me, how did the orcs tap into the rift?
Well, we're not actually sure on that particular number. It seems this Grisha was some kind of spiritual leader who subsumed the tribe with dark magics.
And ancient, to some degree. She was alive when the orc tribes were still children of the owl, and the owls let them ride them willingly.
So she was a follower of the old ways, at least their old ways. Back when the orcs were a more honorable sort and took to the skies in defense of Arctis upon their giant owls.
Indeed, it seems as though she had murdered her sister and bound her to service.
Ugh,
We encountered her shade.
despicable. I couldn't imagine. Such horror. Well, surely you put her to rest.
We did, as a matter of fact, and we're going to consult with some friends to give her remains a proper burial as well. It's only right to do, of course.
Well, adventurers, I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. Keep in mind, my duties are to, well, Borealis as a whole. I need to ensure that the safety of the city is intact, including all of its various heating and power systems. I'm a very busy bunny, you see.
I
However,
understand, but it's very likely that if this is happening here, then there may be similar plots elsewhere.
Actually, in fact, there are, right here, documented in these notes, there are actual references to other summoning circles, some successful, some not, some permanent, and some temporary. So it seems like this is not an isolated incident.
Luke scratches his chin. Now, what does one pompous orc think she can do with a summoning circle that years upon years of artificery excellence have done and better? I don't think drawing lines in the sand near a volcanic rift is going to do anything, yet she managed to do it. How?
Well, I don't think she's alone.
And I also don't particularly like the timing of this. We've got a lot of things going on in the city, a lot of visitors. You see, a lot of people here for the festival.
Oh yeah, this also, actually, the reason we found this was there was a lot of ramp up in the orcish activity, it seemed specifically to sabotage the Ascension? Yes, that thing. Whatever it is you celebrate here.
Lou makes a
Yes,
dismissive...
it's very likely associated with some attempt to hijack that process.
Or at the very least, the festival itself.
He makes a, like, exasperated, like, disrupt the disrupt the Ascension. He kind of trails off for a little bit.
Yes, they want another Forgrug. And they're not too choosy, I don't think, about who becomes this new Forgrug.
Now that... Could that even be possible? A massive amount of power generated during them.
With
He
volcanic
starts-
lava, anything seems possible at this point.
Anyone could figure it out. In all of Borealis, I'm sure it's you.
He seems to be furiously looking through some papers on the table here. Oh. Adventurers, you may or may not know this, but Polcanic lava, the slows, is something that was created by an ascendant themselves.
Oh yes, Tessa Polcanis. We're familiar.
Well, you do know your history, Faye. Good show. He, like, gives you a little fuzzy thumbs up. But aside from that, it's a bit of Tessa's unbridled fury, kind of given magical form.
Yes,
We
she
thought-
did it in an act. She created it in an act of genocide, if I recall correctly.
Well, she did put to rest a large cadre of necromancers and demon summoners in the process, but it depends on who you ask, what side of history you prefer to listen to. He pushes up his glasses. Anyway, we thought the Polcanic lava, the slow, was entirely localized to the region Tessa currently comes from. In fact, this did not occur here in Arctis. So even the mere presence of slow here in Arctis is disturbing. It means it's moved, it's traveling somehow.
Perhaps it was summoned.
Now that's something, he points out, something that's possible. Now, if you were to summon one thing from one place to another, you would require just a massive amount of energy. One you would not
Like
get
a
from the slow.
geothermic rift?
He stops. But then what would you do with the slow once you had it? You just merely summon demons. Any trained wizard could possibly summon some sort of foul... He trails off. No, that sounds just as ridiculous as when it comes out of my mouth.
She mentioned a dark one. I don't get the impression that what ended up coming out of the rift was the dark one she intended to bring forth.
No, it hardly had a mind. But it was unusual, wasn't it? It seemed... I don't know, I haven't had much contact with any kind of fiends myself, so I can't say for sure, but it didn't resemble anything I've ever heard stories about, I'll put it that way.
Distasteful stuff. Distasteful. But fiends?
Where did Akashaba go?
He's
Akash was just pouting.
He's pouting over in a corner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make sure he's alright. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Kashima, you are on a platform. There's some gears kind of churning away below you for about 10 feet. There appear to be giant statues of rabbits that are placed here and there about the room, wearing kind of loose clothing. They appear to be jointed, as if they are meant to move.
Oh, there's a giant pile of
Ooh,
bunny
wait,
parts
hold
over
on,
here.
hold on. Rain, your mic just went garbage.
Crazy. Yeah.
Can you disconnect or reconnect to Discord? My God, please. Please, bro, please.
Bruh.
Bruh. Can he connect to Discord? Ooh, Discord. Hello.
Mic check, mic
Oh
check.
yeah, way better. Thanks.
There we go.
That's
Woo.
weird. Got really laggy all of a sudden, too.
Yeah, you went robot mode. Alright, continue.
Toy, are you done talking to that pompous rabbit?
Well, not exactly yet, but he has toned it down a little bit if you'd like to join us again.
No, he's fine. You two are better suited to handling this sort of thing. I would likely just continue to berate him until he gives real meaningful apology. We have done him great favor. We have done great favor for Arctis, and he is very disrespectful of what we have done in there. I do not wish to speak to him.
Well, Akashaba, thank you for joining us. Your aid was invaluable and we couldn't have done it without you. And we did a good thing. He pats you on the shoulder and then zips back to,
Lou?
Lou? Lou?
Yeah.
He had a rather tough time. He's still rather upset that he hasn't, received a reasonable apology for the hardship that we've endured fixing the portal.
Is he trying to apologize himself for the hardship that he willingly endured and opted into himself? That's strange. He starts taking some notes. Bugbear likes praise, underlines 3 times. Very well, if I want to get the bugbear to do something that I want, I will butter him up a little bit. Does he like meat, perhaps?
He likes help for orphans, it seems.
Ah, yes, I've got many of those. Yes, would you like a small rabbit orphan to help? Perhaps I can curry his favor by making him feel bad.
I'd prefer you didn't. Is there something wrong with you? Flux peers at him curiously.
People are predictable. They're like a series of transactions. You give them what they want, they give you what you want.
Some people are predictable.
All people are predictable.
Well, perhaps all people are predictable, but all Fae are not predictable.
He chuckles. Agreed. Now, anyway, continue. Adventurers. My time is very valuable.
Flix looks at Rain.
I think we've covered it at this point. I mean, there's slow in the bottom of your geothermic rift. This orc, shaman, necromancer, whatever she is now. Well, whatever she was.
Dead.
Well, yes.
Kashima jumps up on the airship. Hey now, bear. Hey, bear.
Ooh, sorry, didn't roll a perception check.
Or a stealth check.
Hey, bear.
Bear, get out of here! He
It's this old rabbit
starts
just
banging
going,
wrenches
"Bear!"
together.
Hey, bear. Look, but don't touch. That's not your airship. Somebody paid good money for that, and it wasn't you. Alright, so I've got a rift problem that I need to address before it explodes under all the people of Borealis. Got it.
And we are willing to help with that if it's required. But the fact remains that we went down there on our own recognizance, yes. Because we were there to defeat Grisha. Because we want to stop the orcs from hijacking the Ascendance ceremony. This was a piece of that. All this artificery nonsense wasn't in our original contract. But we've done you and Borealis quite a service. And I don't think it's unreasonable, and as a rational being who is no doubt motivated by the necessary resources to perform your own tasks, we deserve recompense for the work that we've done, so that we continue to accrue resources to enhance our ability to perform our tasks.
Make a perception check, a persuasion check for me.
Cool. Can I get advantage?
Why?
Because I'm awesome?
No.
Because I made a compelling argument in character?
Because it's a meticulously detailed invoice.
Because.
Well, we'll see what I get.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, Jesus.
Okay.
Oh, well, there you go.
You just gotta butter up the die a little bit.
Yeah, apparently. It's so nice when my abilities actually do what I want them to do.
Yes, well, Faye, I do see what you're saying, and yes, you have done the people of Borealis a great service this day. However, he's looking over this invoice. I am not a moneylender. In fact, I cannot give you any gold. He turns out his pockets.
But you can offer us
I don't
something
make any
rather
sort of
considerably-
salary here.
I think we can agree that the services of the Artificers Guild are quite a bit more valuable than gold.
Then what do you propose, Faye?
Perhaps in exchange of our services for services rendered in return. Enchantments, mechanisms, that sort of thing. We have this. He grabs Rain's cloak and digs out the box. Perhaps converting this into a workable airship using this. He digs out a borealis shard. That sort of thing. My crossbow could use additional enchantment.
What?
That sort of nonsense, you know.
Do I look like a trading post? He shakes his head. Forgive me. You ask a lot, Faye. However, there are some things that are within my, purview, and some things that are not. Artificery, yes. However, I cannot merely conjure up things from nothing. If you wish to have work done, you're going to have to bring me materials.
But you can arrange for the work to be done.
Yes. Arrangements can be made, as much as Morris is not going to enjoy hearing it.
Without any additional recompense. Within reason.
It depends on what the ask is, young one.
Within considerable reason, Flick says, looking at the extensive invoice.
We are going to have to most assuredly go into the rift to assess the extent of the damage these orcs have done, including trying to figure out a way to ensure that the instability of the slow that currently resides under Borealis, remains stable and actually functional. It does appear that most of the readings here have remained stable, which makes me think that slow is not as unstable as we might have thought at first glance, at least from an energy-producing standpoint. I'll tell you what, the more information I can find out about slow and procuring energy from it in a safe and efficient manner, those learnings I can help pass on to you. So not merely some artificery trickery or merely strapping a scope onto your local longbow, but actually improving it if we find some way to harness the power of the slow.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Now
That'd be very interesting.
I am always looking to the future, to build, to improve on.
And to have useful adventurer guinea pigs for untested technologies. I see where you're going with this.
Now you are speaking my language, Faye. You and I understand one another.
Well, I would be delighted to risk it all in the use of a prototype.
He nods. Very well. Any sort of volcanic energy we can harness for our artificery, we'll put through for what do we call it, a beta test. And then you can test it out.
Is.
Yes, it's you know, it comes after alpha. Sometimes we put things in perpetual beta tests so we can constantly improve on it, and
to be fair, that
doesn't
seems
have to ever
just
go
about
launch
everything that
live.
comes out of the Artificers Guild is in perpetual beta.
Yes, well, it's always constantly being improved. That just means we don't have to settle on a final product or a cost for it. He grins.
I feel so attacked right now, you guys.
Or accountability for it.
I really hate this conversation. It's really tilting the shit out of me in my life.
Very well. It will take some time to learn and understand these things. Now, point 2. You have recovered some borean shards out of the geothermic rift. May I see them?
These were not part of the geothermic rift. This shard was brought there by the orcs.
Yes, if it was something that's small enough to fit on your person, it certainly did not come out of the rift. I'm more worried that it came from a larger part of the rift and inflicted structural damage on some of the major parts that actually need to be working. So come on, dig them out, show me. I can tell if they're sharded.
Do I only have the one?
We only have the one.
Yeah, we only found the one, plus the green one that I asked you about, that you never gave me a straight answer regarding.
Oh, the green one. No, it's, we started talking about the detection device, and you had mistakenly assumed that it was to detect the borean shards, when in fact it was to detect the filters. But the borean shard itself, no, the green one, if you're speaking of the one in the basement, the first
Yes, it was in a chamber that was rusted shut.
Ah, yes. Well, that one hasn't been accessed in quite some time, but there was a wind-aspected borean shard that helps with the propelling of the steam through many of the pipes that run through borealis. In fact, it just helps hasten it along a little bit with its innate wind-aspected magic.
Well, if you don't need that one anymore, perhaps it could help build our airship.
What? No, that has a purpose. It's been in the place for a very long time, locked and most assuredly rusted shut.
Well, someone will need to investigate it to make sure that everything is working properly.
Ah, yes, we should probably do our bicentennial searching of the rift.
Honestly, given the risk that the geothermal rift, or whatever it is, presents to Borealis, it might be wise to permanently station artificers in the bowels of the place, or at least on shifts. It obviously hadn't been touched in many years.
Well, I will be
by
most...
orcs and undead, of course.
I rest assured I will let Morris know of his new home right away.
There were some lovely accommodations down there in the basement. We did find some. I mean, after some cleaning, of course.
Ah, yes, it even has its own toiletry. You can use the bucket. It's self-cleaning.
Well, now it has its own spa all the way in the bottom.
Incredible.
Little hot for my taste.
Truly, Morris will live a life more lavish than you or I. Well, adventurers, it seems that we have come to some sort of accord. We shall go investigate the Polcanic activity and try to make more sense of it. And in the meantime, we can potentially work together on how we harness that energy in the future. Now, let me see that borean shard.
Yeah, he plunks it carefully onto the desk. I imagine this is some sort of work table.
It is. It's like a long table. It's got papers on it. He looks at it from left side and the right side. It doesn't appear to be a shard, which is good. Rest assured. Most of the borean shards on there are too large, and if you tried to break off a piece of it, well, it would be rather catastrophic for the breaker. But this, it's sizable. I have really little use for it. But the bigger question is, will the GM finish burping? Hold on. Yeah. But the bigger question is, what will you do with it? Without understanding how to harness the power of borean shards or the proper training, it's probably just a fancy paperweight for you. What do you aim to do with it?
Flix looks at Rain and glances over at Akashabov in the distance. Well, I need a conveyance. It's inevitable that we'll need to travel away from Arctis, or travel to other Arctan provinces, such as it is. And having the means to do so expediently would probably be quite valuable. Not to mention the ability to fly up to the peak here without having to hike up.
Hey, nuts. Yes. So,
and it's my understanding that borean shards power devices such as that. He gestures to the airship, but much larger ones. Whereas we have this little foldable boat. If there's some way to incorporate the shard into its structure, then, well, there you have it. I know nothing of artificery, however, and I have no idea if it's possible, but it would be nice.
Ah, so you're in the market for an airship. Well,
I mean, unless somebody has a better idea.
He lifts
Again,
up the
glancing
shard.
at Akashaba and Rain.
An airship sounds like a great idea. I mean, I'm sure I could study the Borean Shard with some time and effort, but I also really think that that's more of like, Esther's thing, right?
Ah, you're friends of
sure
Esther T. Tinkerwing, yes?
Indeed. In fact, if such work were to be done, I'd rather insist that she were involved, if only to learn, if not to work actively in the project.
Of course, she's one of my brightest pupils, at least the newer ones here at the Artificers Guild. In fact, she has done considerable training work on some of the base functions of the airship, including how to utilize both steam and magic to propel the ship into the air. She's done a fine job.
Her paper on applied industrial thaumaturgy was incredible. I read it at Academy.
Ah.
She is truly a genius of her age.
Well, now that you mention Esther, she's done some work here for me as well. He looks down. What is this box? You said this is a foldable boat.
Oh, yes. She pulls it back and, steps over here. Here, demonstration.
Sizes, actually.
And she, presses the button, or whatever, says the command word of, I don't know, let's go with the smaller boat for now.
What's your command word?
Boat.
Boat? Okay, hold on.
Boat and big boat.
Boat. Boat. Ah! What in tarnation? Ma'am, you cannot simply just put a boat here. Oh, it came from the box. Oh, wow, how did it fit in there? Delightful. What else does it do?
That's it. Just boats.
Just creates a boat.
Raiden yells, big boat!
Oh,
Which isn't especially exciting unless those boats can fly.
big boat! Oh, okay, it's going to hit the gears, please. Please, put your giant boat away. It fits and folds neatly back into the box. Ah, I have to say that it's quite an impressive combination of both artificery and magic. Well, if you're willing to leave that folding boat here with me and the Borean Shard, or any other Borean shards you may collect along the way, we may be able to work something out. In fact, I could just put Esther to work and have her, her thesis, her master's thesis, be build you all an airship.
I mean, that sounds wonderful to me.
Now, tell me, I'm assuming you're going to use this airship to travel to regions such as Rimia, Alaria, Ysir, some of the, well, especially in Rimia, you need an airship with very specialized wind-cutting abilities.
Indeed.
To even get through the gales to get to Rimia.
Honestly, we need such a thing just to even approach the peaks here, let alone to enter a place like Rimia.
He nods. The winds are not simply natural, they are magically propelled. Some say even Arctis itself guards itself through the winds. But I digress. The airships themselves do require a special amount of artificery to get them to cut through the winds, but that can also be arranged. And again, the more power we receive, the better airship we can fit out for you.
Excellent, excellent. Of course, this is a separate arrangement from our discussion about prototypes and such.
We could lump it in all together as a extended. Make an insight check for me, please.
Wow, Flix.
Wow. Lou really wants to try and use the Polcanic power on this new airship.
Oh.
I mean, if you think that it will work, we're fine with that too, but naturally, like I said, the other prototype arrangements are a part of our payment. This is Esther T. Tinkerwing's master's thesis, two completely separate projects, obviously.
Yes,
which we are providing valuable resources toward.
Of course,
no
yes.
less.
One and the same, all the same, totally different. Of course, yes. But the key thing to understand is we are going to potentially harness this unstable Polcanic energy to power your airship, and you'll be the first ones to fly it. What an honor!
Oh, or it could destroy us utterly.
Oh, what an honor to die for science.
I'd prefer not.
Yes, I would as well. So bring me more borean shards so we can ensure its stability, and we'll try not to blow you up in the process. I have to say, I've not blown anyone up in at least 2 decades.
That's all.
He looks at his watch. Maybe a little less, but yeah, time is a fickle thing.
All right. Well, I think we've reached an accord then. Are you all at peace with this? Flix looks at Rain and Akasha, but
As long as the bugbear doesn't smash anything on the way out.
why would he?
He
He's
seems to be
the most civilized
agitated.
one of us.
He seems to be quite agitated.
Well, he's angry because you've behaved very dismissively and arrogantly toward him.
It's because I'm the smartest person in the room. What else do you expect?
Akashima kind of like looks over at Flix. He's like, "This is because you are a very irritating rabbit."
Okay, well, now that we've gotten that off the table, you're a very violent bugbear.
Blue obviously doesn't give a shit.
No, he's fine. Let's just go. Whatever. Let's just go and get out of here now.
Lou's taking a big drag off the cigar.
All right. Well, thank you, Lou. As I said, it seems as though we've reached an accord.
Rain reaches over and collects all of the notes.
Can I get your stamp on this invoice so to suggest that our business is arranged?
What?
I don't
No.
want to come here and have your underlings claim that we're not owed what we're owed. You know how it is.
Let me write you up something different. A different agreement. You know what? Why am I writing? Morris? Morris?
I think you sent
we
him to
can-
the rift.
We can dispense. Yeah, we
Blast
can
it all.
dispense with the particulars and
I'll
work the
send
differences.
I'll send an updated invoice to the Adventurers Guild.
That works for me.
Alright, very well.
A pleasure doing science with you.
A pleasure doing science with you, Flix, Duke of Cats, Akashima and Rain. Good
Silver
day.
Song. Thank you.
Akashima
Master
just
Silver
snorts.
Song.
Akashima just snorts and walks out.
Goodbye. Goodbye, adventurers. Alright. I'm gonna gather your party before adventuring forth. 1 second. Where are you all off to?
Rest?
Question mark?
Pog?
Back to the tavern?
I want to. Well, I want to find. Oh my God, Grun.
Oh, yes, we should go find Siksik and Grun first. You're right. You're absolutely right.
And debrief them.
Alright.
Well, I mean, Grun debriefs himself every night at work.
Ah! Whoa! Wow!
Damn.
Damn! I
Well
mean,
done.
but also accurate, but damn! Alright, one moment.
As we're walking, Rain, like, kind of idly, like, making small talk. So what do you guys think of the Rift Walkers?
What?
Yeah, has a bit of a ring to it, right?
For what?
Well, the name of our of our band, right?
What?
Our adventuring group.
What?
Every adventuring group needs a name.
Maybe we're just helpful adventurers who help people.
That's a little. I mean, that's got a lot of syllables in it.
Or
Fills up a lot of space on contracts.
Wait, do we need some sort of name? It seems a little tawdry to have a name. Surely our names speak for themselves.
Well, I mean, all
we go by
the best
some
heroes
organized-
have a name, a group name.
Yeah, but if there's a group name, then our individual contributions get lost in the entity. Seems
what if
diminishing.
what if we were the Dukes of Cats? What if that was our name?
I don't know about that.
No, this is fine. You want name Rain. He wants individual contribution of Flix not to be lost. This actually is perfect compromise.
that is a perfect compromise.
Oh no.
Okay, it is decided. We are the Dukes of Cats.
The Dukes of Cats.
I'm completely losing my shit over here.
Welcome back,
Because it's
welcome
like
back.
the Dukes of Hazzard. When we get our airship, it needs to be painted orange and have like a racist flag. painted on it.
No.
No.
This is
Nope.
why this is a bad idea.
Already shot down.
Those adventurers better learn to fly, or at least stop flapping their wings.
Welcome back.
Boss Grisha
Flix.
wanted them adventurers dead.
Oh my god.
This took a dark turn.
But them Dukes of Cats boys had different ideas.
Akashiba's mood is like visibly like much better now that he's back here, and he's like looking around at like folks enjoying themselves and having
And people
drinks.
are drinking and having a good time here at the Apple's Eye. Helga
Kashiba
sits
looks so
behind
much
the
more
counter.
relaxed than he did the last time that we were here.
He said he was getting lady favors from.
So much growth in such a short period of time.
Actually, not why Action was in a better mood. I just want to point this out. Like, he's just legitimately happy to be around like other people.
As
But-
far as
that aren't Rain and Flix.
Yeah, that's 100% what he communicated with them. So, you know, we hold the all sometimes here.
The halflings who pass by are gonna tip their hats at you.
Kashibo holds up a big paw. Hello, everyone. It's good to be back.
Oh,
He sees Harkin. He's like, oh, hello, Harkin.
oh, hey, Akashiba. What's going on?
Not much. We just got back from a big adventure where we saved Arctis.
He like walks up to you, claps you on the shoulder. Good job. I know you can do it.
Yes, it's very, very difficult, but we did it. It's good to be back, though, and see everyone's smiling faces.
He swaps to bugbear speak. How are you feeling? How are you doing? You feel stronger?
You know, I guess it makes more fire. Like, basically, my indicator of stronger, I suppose.
Oh, more fire. That's great. Harkin like hugs you.
Oh, actually, really leans into it. Like, this is a man who really wanted a hug, and he got a hug. He like big hug back. He's like, "Well, Harkin, how are you doing?" And he claps him back on the shoulder.
Oh, I'm doing great. In fact, I was just getting a drink here with some of these gnolls here, sharing some, town gossip. But I'm glad that you went into the rift and you came back stronger. That's something that every bugbear can respect. He nods.
Hey, yes, very good shape for the hunt. You mind
Yes.
if I join your friends and just sit and hang out?
Yeah, of course. Hey, you, make room. Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you. And Akashiba just sits down.
Here, let me get you a drink.
Oh, thank you.
He asks the goblin girl who's currently on the table for a drink, and she hops down. Yeah. I'll be right back.
I think I danced with this goblin girl in episode 1.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Akashiba has made himself at home, buddying up with Harkin.
Let me buy you a drink, Rain. That was rather well done, the whole thing, in fact. Glad to have you on the team, as it were.
Oh, thank you.
Assuming you'd like to stick around. Now that whole thing is over with, you might want to go your own way.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't have very much. I mean, there's not a lot else that I have to do around here, and
Oh, excellent. He he grins broadly and takes you by the hand.
but we won't be calling ourselves the Duke of Cats. Dukes
No,
of Cats.
naturally not. That's a terrible name. I did think
Awful.
it was delightful, though.
Yes, but it's a dreadful name, though.
I concur. So, what are we drinking?
Well,
Kalga looks at you expectantly.
What's the strongest thing you have, Kolga?
Kalga takes a step back. Nothing for you, Faye. He'll knock you under your butt.
I mean, isn't that the goal? Sometimes.
To get you
Oh,
pissed,
we're
drunk, and
here for-
vomiting.
We're here for a reason. I will destroy my insides with your finest liquor later. But I do want something delicious for my compatriot here. Rain, what do you have?
Kolga, down south, there's this kind of special thing. It's like wine, but it's got a lot of fruit. Do you have anything like that?
Oh, yeah. You
We
won't
get
wine steeped in fruit?
yes, like a lot of it though, like pitchers. And would you like some flicks? 2 pitchers.
Certainly.
2 pitchers of your best wine steeped fruit and steeped.
She
yes, that.
grins. What do you call it in your homeland?
We call it salgria.
Salgria. She laughs. Disappears behind the door.
What? Why are you
the
looking
town
at me like that?
In the town where I was formed, they called it Kungaloosh.
That's
Although a
very
number of
strange.
Extremely powerful liquors were also involved for some reason, and they left the fruit out after.
Helga
Of
comes
course,
back
you
with
saved
a,
that for last.
She comes back with a frosty metal pitcher, and inside is a pungent mixture of what smells like fragrant green apples and crisp white wine. And they smell like they have been married together for a significantly long time. Now this is my home brew. And she pours it on the table.
She pours it.
I
on
mean,
the
she
table.
pours it like
Flex-
in a cup on the table.
Flick slaps it off of the wood.
God damn it. She pours it in a cup that's sitting on the table.
You're like a
Literally.
fucking Adult Swim cartoon sometimes, I swear.
Literally just pouring one out for her homies.
It's like 2 shot glasses, and she puts 2 slices of red apple on the side. It'll knock you on your ass. Enjoy.
Thank you, Kaga. Is Groon around by chance?
Grun, yeah. She points off to the northwest. He's on the top level today.
Thank you. He like wraps his arms around a pitcher so that he can carry it and begins
Rain will grab the other one.
flying off to the northwest. He's like sipping on the pitcher
Oh,
as he goes.
Up this way.
I just poured him a glass. It didn't mean for him to take the old
Honestly, Rain,
picture.
I should just be able to fly over these banisters. It's ridiculous that I have to walk
Well,
all
you
the way around
can't.
every
You
time.
can't fly over the banisters while you're carrying a whole pitcher.
I certainly can. I
I
can do
don't-
anything.
Obviously not.
Groon.
Grun just points to the door. That's it. That's all he does. He just points.
Right. Akashaba.
Oh, Akashba looks up. He's like, I'll be right back.
Don't worry, Akashima. We'll be here.
We have
Akashba
frosty
runs over.
beverages, Akashaba.
Akashba's actually holding like a drink in each hand as he runs over.
Oh, I see you. You've
It's
already
got
got that
adorable
covered.
little umbrellas in it.
He's like actually like, no joke, just jogging.
I only see the one kobold. Are there any other kobolds present?
Oh yeah.
That is the only kobold
you
you
have-
currently see.
You have the bone out of character. Rain doesn't know it.
I do, but that's like for emergencies. I think.
I have this scroll, this second scroll of sending. I could send her a message, unless
Honestly, I only ever planned to use the bone if I got captured or something.
Groon. Actually, I don't know. Should we send for Sixik as well? We didn't see any of her broodlings on the way over.
I'll set the note. Hold on. You hear just like a little whistle. There's some nodding.
Well, we don't see anything because the door's shut. So
He walks back in.
we hear nodding.
Grun sits down with a very tired sigh and sits on the carpet. You're back safe. I was worried about you. It's been 1 week. It's been two days.
This was not easy task. There was very many great dangers, and we had to struggle at times with, skulls throwing fireballs, but we got to the bottom of it.
We slew a shaman, priestess, necromancer, named Grisha. She was behind, well, at least everything down there. at the rift.
Everyone can make an insight check for me.
Very insightful.
Okay, Rain with a 2, Flix with a 15, Akashaba with a 6. Flix, you notice Grun get very, very pale when you mention the death of Grisha.
Yes, we know that she's very old. We encountered what we believe to be an apprentice, or her sister. We never got her name. That's part of the reason why we're here talking to you, in fact. Yes, Grisha remembered a time when the old ways were still practiced. She didn't seem to be undead when we fought her, though, which is distressing in and of itself.
No, Grisha is... He looks down at his hands. At one point, we were meant to be wed. She is not aged. However...
Oh.
Neither of you?
No, forgive me. I mean... She is not an immortal one. We was just in a time long, long ago. He waves his hand dismissively. Grisha and I were...
I'm extremely confused.
Sorry, he meant just like a few years back, Grisha and him were meant to be wed. And she is not that old. She's not like an old crone. Grun continues.
Well,
Grisha just stuck to the old ways.
So it wasn't all that long ago that the orcs were still riding Willing Owl.
He nods. It's been some years, but it hasn't been an all-at-once thing. Just tribes ended up falling out of favor for one reason or another. And as the owls began to slip away and leave for either unknown reasons or due to mistreatment from their keepers, some of the tribes turned to more drastic measures in order to try and control them, to keep their waning relevance? Is that a good word?
Relevance is a good word.
Well, we met a spirit while we were down there. She seemed to be close to Grisha, or at one point she had been close to Grisha. We were able to free her, but
And Akashaba rather brilliantly asked for one of our happy memories.
oh yeah,
What was the memory?
Flix looks at Akashaba.
Akash will has a drink kind of in his mouth. He kind of looks around, pulls the drink from his mouth. Hey, he had mentioned being with tribe, standing together on cliff, watching owls. Said being with tribe was happiest memory.
And being outdoors was apparently an important part of it?
Oh yeah, that too.
Did she say what sort of position she held within the tribe?
She did when we, out of character, she did when we first interacted with her, but I do not remember what.
She was a soothsayer.
Soothsayer, I believe she said.
Grun is very quiet. He leaves for a moment.
oh no, did we say something wrong?
I mean,
No,
we're dredging up incredibly painful memories for Grun. This was a life that was torn from him.
Yeah, you can tell this situation is very, how you say, difficult to him. People have pasts like that sometimes, Rain, and those pasts are difficult to remember. So people sometimes go and do other things to forget, and maybe Grun is now remembering.
Oh, I guess I get that. Sure.
Insight? Nope. Flix is blissfully unaware and chugging sangria.
Flex Shiba.
Oh my god!
No!
Flix would be the best
The
character.
Polcanic flow has merged them together!
That's the new group name, by the way. It's Flixaba. Flix like looks up, starts to have a suspicion, and then remembers, oh wait, I have alcohol.
I don't need emotions, just booze.
Just drink.
Gun comes back in, his eyes red.
Kashba gets up and puts a hand on Grun, like not seeing if this is something Grun wants. He just puts a hand on his shoulder. He's okay. He's okay to feel sad.
Grun nods, and you just feel his like traps under your hand, like they're tense because he is a very strong orc, and it's like placing your hand on a green piece of jade. It's just hard. And he nods. I appreciate your empathy, Akashaba. It is something I am not used to seeing here.
There is more, though.
Akashba nods. I was just saying, Akashba nods and then takes turns around, starts to walk back to where he was. Then he stops. He looks back. He's like, "You're very muscular. Do you know this?" And then like keeps walking back over here.
There is more, though. We encountered her shade, but in defeating Grisha, we were able to free it. We brought her remains back so that she could receive a proper burial according to the tenets of your people. We thought you could help us with that.
He nods. You honor me with your offer.
Seemed like the right thing to do at the time. I'm not used to doing the right thing, but feels all right.
He feels quite good. Yes, see, he's very right thing.
If you have her remains, yes?
We do, yes.
The remains you carry are of my sister.
Oh.
And I thank you for bringing her back to me.
Glad to help in what is difficult situation. So we are happy to. We are honored to help.
Would you mind sharing, maybe telling us her name, so we know at least who she was and can remember her?
Her name was Kelda, and she was a soothsayer of my tribe. A part of her role was to help shepherd the giant owls, and to keep them safe from the elements, and also to facilitate training and bonding between orc and owl. I worried for her when she stayed behind. She hoped she could show Grima that the owls and the old ways were still with us, and that the owls were not forsaking us, and we did not have to resort to servitude for them to serve, for them to offer their wings and their help. I fear this is not the outcome she wished.
Perhaps not, but even in death she was very brave. Her warnings were instrumental in allowing us to find and defeat Grisha.
He shakes his head. I feel like I have brought you all so much pain.
No, you bring us opportunity to help people. If we had not known of this could have gone very bad for Arctis. So it's we who thank you for telling us.
Out of character. Let me make a will roll. Nope. But Akashaba, what about all those times those spiders climbed on you and you were so mad at Lou about all the time that we spent on there?
Akashba just fucking shoots him like the blackest look back. Please, be quiet.
Oh. Right, yes, we're just happy to help, he says, and starts drinking more booze.
He like extends his hands
very quietly into the pitcher. He's like, but you complained so much.
He thought Flix was being empathetic like once. It was great. It was beautiful.
Oh, I left the tribe, as I told you, because I did not believe in what they were trying to accomplish, and I began a new life here in Borealis. I I don't have much to offer you.
He like
except my thanks.
he looks at Grun, then he looks at Flix and Rain, he looks back at Grun, and then very deliberately, it's okay. You owe us nothing.
He like stares at the carpet for a very long period of time. My strength comes not just from, he like looks at his hands, but from my decisions to do what is right in the face of adversity. And you all are stronger than I. Thank you.
Kashmir kind of stops. We're fortunate to have each other to help. That's where strength comes from. Is power of working together. But Gran, you are also very strong. You have endured much.
Honestly, I think in one way or another, all of us have left something behind.
Yeah, Kashmir stops.
And there are always pieces of you left behind when you do that. Some more literal than others.
Chuckles slightly. Some quite literal. He stands up. I would like to see her buried near one of the Forgruk ascendancy churches, or whatever they call it here. Of all things, she respected Forgruk and his teachings, even though at the end he still wanted what was best for Arctis. He did not wish for harm to come to humans.
Flix opens his mouth to speak, realizes it's probably not the right time to do it, and closes it again, and kind of looks down into his drink and then drinks more.
Would you like help setting her remains to rest?
He shakes his head. If you don't mind, to spare me having to transport them.
No, not at all. You choose the temple, and I'll ensure that it's delivered there safely.
No, the Dukes of Cats will see it done.
We're not. Would you like us to join you, Grun, so you don't have to be alone?
If you'd like. There is a small temple of worship just behind the Adventurers Guild. If you would like to meet me there, perhaps we can say our final goodbyes together.
These days be good, yes.
Let me get cleaned up.
Of course.
I'll meet you at the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, we'll see you there.
Okay.
Fulgric did want harm to come to the human. He set Beatrice's secret inquisitors on them.
It's not a good time to bring up, maybe.
No, I learned that when we talked about the spider thing.
Sorry, Flix, doesn't your friend have some connection to the bringing the giant owls in for the festival? Your crime lord friend. She waves her hand.
He's not a crime lord.
Yes, whatever.
Oh wait, no, the handsome crime lord. Yes, him.
Yes.
Yes, my handsome crime lord friend has something to do with transporting owls. What of it?
If Grun's sister was, one of those connected to the owls, maybe he could put in a word and communicate that to the owls. Maybe they could be present to send her off.
Oh. Wow,
It's a
That's
good
a
idea.
brilliant idea, Rain.
Maybe instead of Dukes of Cats, we should be Silver Songs.
Oh no, that's quite all right. That's
We can be
somehow
silver
worse name.
cats.
No,
We can be
it's
partly
fine.
metal and partly real.
No, Rain's being modest. I get it.
Silver
we will
Cats,
stay,
ho!
We will say Dukes of Cats. Rain. We hear you.
I suddenly regret everything. She goes back to her
I
sangria.
still don't think that we should go by a single name. It's I think it diminishes our individual contributions.
I mean, we could be the extrovers. I'm okay with it.
The extras. So after that forlorn
heroic
conversation with
snowbears.
Ren,
Well, actually, I guess. Hold on. Rain pulls out the other scroll of sending. Do you want me to show you how to use this, Flix? You can send a message.
Oh, certainly. Yes.
Rain will take some time to walk Flix through how to use the scroll of sending.
if you're sitting down with Flix and you're attuning the scroll of sending to him, the curtain slides open.
Yes, yes, yes. Ah, yes. Hello. You sent for Sik.
Oh, hello, Sik.
I am here.
I'm so glad you arrived while Groon is currently out.
Yes, where is...
This would have been
where
very
is
awkward.
Grun?
Hold him up, because this would have been very awkward while he was here. And she
What?
hands over Grisha's bloody head to Sik.
Oh.
I believe you requested this.
You have present for me? Yes, what is
Yes.
in bag?
Sik opens the bag.
Oh, it is everything I ever wanted.
She lifts the head out of the bag.
We should probably not wave that around in front of Groom. We found out that they have a history.
Oh, but it is so... Oh, my goodness, it's so perfectly severed. Look at this. Look at... Oh, it's like one clean swipe. Oh, did you execute her? Oh, delightful. Give me all the gory details, yes.
Maybe this is a conversation for later. Yeah.
Well,
Why not
Groon's
conversation now? I have head.
Groon said he was going to meet us there. So,
But if he
Where?
comes back, though.
Where are we going? To party? Are we
No.
party with head?
Funerals are kind of a party.
What funeral? Who die?
Sik
sister.
holds the head.
What?
Groon's sister, Grisha, killed her. We recovered her remains
Oh,
and brought them back.
Oh.
We didn't know until literally like 10 minutes ago.
oh no.
Sik
So-
looks at the head in her hands.
So maybe when we meet later at the Borealis Tavern, we can reminisce on all the gory details. I would certainly love to regale you with the tale myself. Just out of respect for Groon, maybe we table that. Would you like some sangria? It's delicious.
Sik is sniffing the head.
How old is Deadhead?
Like not a day, a few hours.
Heh. Oh, fresh Deadhead hold many secrets, yes? You want to get secrets from head?
Yes.
The what?
Yes.
Oh, but necromancy is always wrong.
Maybe I take this chance to go back to.
It's no necromancy, it's like extended phone call.
Okay,
What's a
well,
phone?
I don't know. Calling long distance.
I will go. Thank you. No, I have never opened door. Yep,
Oh.
Where?
Where Bugbear going? What, having head problem? Talking to head problem?
Well,
I do not understand.
the adventure down there was pretty harrowing. There was lots, and I mean, I cannot understate, a lot of undead things. And I think
Ugh.
Ekoshiba's just had a little bit more than he would like of talking dead things for, one day.
Oh, I see. He's very tired. No,
Yes.
he worried I raise dead and make more zombie. No. I just get information. No desecration. Is just head.
Oh, you can desecrate her head all you want, frankly, as far as I'm concerned.
No.
Flix, do you have any concerns?
Minimum desecration. High chance for... Yeah. ghost. I do not like.
Honestly, I'm not sure what my opinion on desecration is. If it has anything to do with the creatures that we were destroying in the rift, I think I'm rather opposed to it, honestly.
Yeah. It's how it works. I ask head question, head say answer. We have limited amount of question. Yes. You
That
wish
sounds-
to talk to head? Yes, 662.
That sounds helpful.
We should probably know what questions we want to ask first.
Ashibas.
Well, we could
Yes.
ask her where some of the other summoning circles that were successful are located. That's probably a good one. How many questions can we ask the head, Sixik?
You asked 3 questions.
Well, do you have one yourself?
What, me? Many.
You said
But you do work. You go first.
Rain looks at Flix.
Oh, well, we should try to find out exactly what it is they're planning with regard to the festival. If anyone would know, Grisha stands a good chance of knowing.
Well, maybe that's a good one to lead with.
Yes. Just try not to ask question that is answer it with yes or no. Is the question.
I have no idea how to phrase that as a yes or no question.
No. Do not make yes or no. It's bad question.
Oh.
Ask
Because
question,
the
give
head
long
can
answer.
choose to answer yes or no. And
Yes.
then you
Yes. See, it's not quite necromancy. No domination. Just we ask under duress. The duress of consciousness.
So then, certainly, what were their plans for the ascension? That seems like a really good one.
Yes.
Yes, good. Yes. What else?
And then-
You should write this down, Ray. So we don't forget.
Rain scribbles it into Discord.
What's Discord?
What the
Oh, it's
fuck?
where phones come
What's a
from.
phone?
The other one is maybe where the other summoning
Which-
circles located.
Yes. Where is each of the other summoning circles located specifically? I used to deal with Fae. I imagine this is similar. The precision of your language matters quite a lot.
Yes, good questions. Yes. And third, what about your friend Akashaba? Does he have a question? He seemed to have all his limbs. Why he in bad mood?
Spiders.
Yes,
Slimes,
actually,
mostly.
he had quite a few more limbs than I think he would prefer. Generally, all over his body, often,
On
frequently.
several occasions. It was almost comedic if you want Kashabu.
What about who is the dark one you were trying to summon?
Oh, what is Dark One? What is this?
Oh, she had a whole summoning circle down there, Sixik. It was awful.
Eh,
She brought through some misshapen thing. Look, I took its tongue. It had this thing.
Ash! Cursed!
Yes, very much so. But it, well, we killed it, but it didn't seem to be the thing that she was actually intending to summon, because
Oh, why is it
the
so
ritual got cut
springy?
short.
Oh, God, it's so springy. It's sharp and springy. Ugh, disgust. I'm disgust.
And me too, although I can't help but imagine that something like this could be useful. Oh, I bet we could tan it and turn it into an absolutely diabolical whip.
Ugh. This thing is larger than you and your family placed in small line. It's disgusting.
That's very specific, but also very accurate, I think.
Yes, it's approximately 3.5 flexes long.
Well, how about that question, Flix? What is the identity of this dark one you were summoning?
That's good. Well, what are all the identities of the Dark One you were summoning? Often these beings have more than one title or name.
Okay, who is Dark One? Okay. Identity of Dark One. Okay, yes, very good. Now, would you like to do this after your business with Graham? I keep head.
How long do we have until it's no longer an option?
You have to come back before the moon rises, please. Today.
We can manage that, right? We can manage that. We'll meet you back at the tavern.
If we can't make it, you know our questions. Please, if for some reason it seems as though we're not going to arrive in time, please do the magics and get the answers for us. Could you do that?
Yes, let's see if Sixy can remember. What plan for rescind?
Oh, we
Where-
wrote them all down for you. He
Oh.
hands over the piece of parchment with all the questions.
Reading. What is your plan for the ascension? Where is each of the summoning circles located specifically? What is the identity of the Dark One you are summoning?
I love your kobold accent so funny.
Yeah, seriously, where is Chick getting a Netflix special?
Shut up!
For
Yeah.
real.
Shut up! Okay. I have no... You go.
Oh, also, Sixik, we
Yes.
did meet another one of your brood. No?
Oh, that's right. No, was captured in
Ah.
beneath the rift. Did you send him ahead to scout?
What? I did not send no ahead. What?
Well, we found him down there, and he acquitted himself very bravely. He's quite a warrior, you little know.
That little shit.
I
Going
can't
ahead.
help but feel like we got No in trouble.
I did not send him ahead. Ah! Using my own brood against me, I will punish him very sternly later.
Please,
no,
please
he-
don't. He was very helpful.
He was very brave.
helpful.
Very,
We may not
very
have made it back.
stupid. Going before you, at least going with you. Stupid.
Well, I mean, you have a point about that, but you still shouldn't punish him, please.
Fine. You ask nicely, you bring me such fragrant head. I no punish.
Which reminds me, Sick.
Yes.
We found some very fine wolf pelts. Do you know if they have anything to do with Grun's culture?
Oh, wolf bells. Yes. Yes. When orcs no fly, orcs no like to walk. They ride wolf, big wolf. Yes.
Would at least one of these be an appropriate gift to him, or do you think it would be too painful?
Oh, the belt goes to the strongest of tribe. Mantle of honor. You give to Grun, he be very happy. Yes, possibly fashion some very, very fine, something very fine from it. Perhaps. It bring him great happiness to see pelt of work.
Okay, I look at Rain and Nakajaba. I'd very much like to offer them to Grun after the ceremony.
Ah, so
You two
kind.
are amenable to that. I'm sure it will cost us some gold, but yeah,
They are
some of
worth
that.
pretty penny.
I wish we had something for you besides Grisha's head, because you've both been so helpful to us.
No. You save my brood, you bring me head. We are good. Maybe bring me cherry pie? Cherry pie? Cherry pie
Rain,
sometime?
I think we can arrange for some cherry pie.
Good. Ah, yes. You find any other dark shaman? Bring me a token of their death. Please.
Like a head.
It can be, like other identifying thing that is not entirely hid. Sigil
Like
or
their face.
or staff. It could be face. Could be bone. Sick like bone.
Well, we'll keep an eye
Good
out.
question, Sixik. You gave me this bone. Do I need to break it to summon you? Is it one use, or
Yes.
can I?
One use.
Okay, and it will notify you, and I can send you a message. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
You
I
do not
plan
need to
save it
eat.
for
You just
emergency.
break. You break, I answer. But you bring six more shaman bones. Six make them into more interesting things.
Oh.
Powerful things. Yes. Head good start. We speak to head, get information, and then I use skull.
Oh.
Yes.
Well,
I use all parts.
Exciting.
Yes. Skull, great power. Also doubles as bow.
Well, I guess do you want to contact, what's his name? And then we go meet Grun.
Contact who's his name? What?
The crime lord.
Oh,
Eris.
right. Eris. Yes. I'll use sending. And send the message. Eris, it's Flix. I've returned with Rain and Kashaba from the geothermic rift. It was quite an adventure. I have a request to make of you, and I hope you can reply to me very soon. It has to do with the owls.
All right, you send that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I am at the Apple's Eye. That's what it's called, right?
Yes. That is the name of the establishment. All right. You get back almost immediately. Yes, Flix. I've gotten your message. Stay at the Apple's Eye. I will be there in a moment.
Excellent. He's on his way.
While we wait,
You bring handsome Eris.
Indeed, you're free to linger if you wish.
I will maringer.
while we wait, I will identify the short javelin with button, folded elven boots, and forked staff, and the potions.
Man, if those boots give advantage on stealth, I'm gonna fucking steal them because my stealth rolls failing infuriates me.
But all right, as you identify all the stuff, you find the javelin is a javelin of lightning. The boots are boots of elven kind.
We should give the javelin to Akashaba just so he gets like free lightning bolts and
More lightning.
fireballs all the time. It's just hilarious to me.
And what else were we identifying, Rain?
The forked staff.
Ah,
Rated super powerful magic. It's probably badass.
yes. That is a very rare staff of thunder and lightning.
Okay. And then we had the translucent blue potion and the 2 thick red potions.
The 2 thick red potions are potions of superior healing. The other potion, the blue potion, is a potion of mind reading.
Okay. So if we want to divvy up at least the gold, then we got 3,000 gold from the cache at the end. We got 2,500 gold from the Ice Spider Queen's nest. And then I also found a bag of about 500 gold in, I don't know, one of the chests that Rain found previously. So total of 6,000 gold split 3 ways, so 2,000 gold apiece and just raw gold.
Nice. Are we gonna?
Akasha's not actually gonna take any gold, but like that can be roleplayed out.
Okay.
Oh, are you sure?
Yep.
Okay, so I guess 3,000 apiece between you and I, then Flix for now.
And we'll figure out how that will work. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
That staff of thunder and lightning is pretty awesome, actually. Useless to flex, but staves can be used one-handed for what it's worth.
Yes. I mean, technically speaking, you can dual wield a staff because it doesn't fucking matter. Anyway, all right, yeah, that was like all the raw gold then. Just wanted to get that squared away. I don't.
We still have to price out the gems and things like that. We got.
Yeah, there's a
several
lot of
different
assorted things. I just want to go through real quick, if you don't mind, Christina, and make sure we've identified everything of note.
Yeah, absolutely.
None of the gems that we found, there was a box of valuable gems. We had 1 black, 1 orange, 2 pink with star centers. No magic there, right?
No magic.
We had the large emerald that was etched with the sigil of an elven royal house that we got out of the chest, or off of the chest.
Gem, the seal behind the gem was etched with the royal house. The gem itself was not.
Yeah, so you just have a gem. It's just a emerald gem. Yeah, it was the sigil behind it. The gem was like covering it.
Okay.
Non-magical.
I misunderstood that when I wrote it down, the note. Okay. There's the fiend tongue, which I assume is not magical. It's just a weird tongue.
It radiates magic.
Okay. I identify it. I identify the tongue.
I mean, it's a tongue. It's from like a magical creature. I'm assuming it is going to. It is just going to also, because it's from a Polcanic entity, it's just going to radiate funky magic of an unidentifiable school. It's like, it just goes through like necromancy, divination, abjuration, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's just fucking unreadable.
It's like sangria if like, you know, the tongue had just been steeped in, you know, magic wine. It's fine. Okay.
Ew.
Yeah. Okay. And then I assume that the wolf pelts are also not magical. Those
not
are
magical.
That's all we found. Yeah. Okay. I think that's everything.
All right.
We good.
We good. All right. Pow! After the 15 minutes or so.
But how much you want to bet that Akashava doesn't want any gold and wants us to spend it on orphans or something? And then I'm going to have to go behind his back in order to buy him better equipment.
Hello, Flix and Rain.
Hello.
Where is your bugbear friend? Akashava?
I'm not sure. He's been wandering an awful lot lately.
But he's all right. You all returned from the rift.
Alive? Yes. Though it was a near thing on several different occasions, most particularly the last. We discovered that there were orcs that were attempting to subvert the rift. There was one that was summoning Polcanic fiends beneath it.
Harris sighs and runs a hand down his face. A Polcanic fiend. Polcanic energy under... He waves his hand.
Lou's already on it. We've already given him all the details, and I think he's sending a team to deal with it.
Good. That's the first person I would have sent you to. Well done.
But the reason why we're here is because you are instrumental in transporting the giant owls to Borealis. We are attending a funeral not very long from now, and we believe that some of the owls may have had history with this orc.
Go on.
She is from a time when the tribes had a good relationship with the owls.
He nods.
And she was one of Grisha's victims.
Oh.
We freed her spirit from bondage. And we have her remains, and we're going to lay them to rest. If any of the owls remember her, or if they're the offspring of owls who remembered her, we thought they might want to attend.
Eris leans back in his chair and places a hand on his chin.
Rain thought they might want to attend to give credit where credit is due. I think it's a brilliant idea, and a fine way to pay tribute to someone who helped us end a threat to all of Borealis.
I agree. In fact, I find no flaw in your logic. The only thing I would be concerned about is if, well, anyone saw these owls going back and forth. Perhaps we can only arrange for one to keep suspicions and attention down. And
whatever you and the owls think are best, of course.
I think they would be appreciative of your gesture. The owls are quite intelligent after all. And one would surely tell the others of what you were trying to accomplish. This can be arranged. However, you mentioned you're going now.
Well, whenever, I presume that Grun told us when the ceremony, when he planned to start the ceremony and like, give those details to Eris. I don't remember exactly what was discussed.
I'll tell you
But I
what,
presume Flix and Rain know.
if they arrive, they will arrive on silent wings. And you will probably not see them. But rest assured, I will do what I can to ensure that at least one are in attendance.
I think it would be very appreciated.
Of course. And, did not forget, but I'm still looking for information on the potential spy within our midst, within our guild. I'll have some more information on that later. Let's deal with this first.
Excellent. I'll come and see you after the ceremony.
Sick.
Eris? Oh, he's so fine.
I'm handsome too.
Handsome like going to a bar and you're very thirsty.
I'm not sure I follow, but I'm also not sure I want to.
Yes. This you only have it if you've had a long and bad day.
Oh,
How dare you? All right. Well, this has all turned very serious, hasn't it? I'm surprised. Honestly, this was just refreshing. I don't feel drunk at all.
it's delicious though, isn't it?
It is delicious.
Well, shall we go collect our Exhiba and go put somebody to rest? Yes, I'm not good with this
Do you
type of
think?
thing.
Do you think he was serious
About calling us the Exhibas? I think he
No,
was.
about losing his taste for the adventuring life?
Akashaba, you and Harkin and his Knoll friends are all having a grand old time at this table. They've got beers, and they just keep coming, and they just keep coming. And Clove is on the table, and she's doing a lovely sing and dance combo with a little bit of comedy mixed in, and helping the Knolls get all the beers down they possibly can muster. And in fact, they're all in the midst of a chugging contest right now, with Clove standing on the table going, chug, 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 chug. Oh, hey guys.
Akash was like clapping along to every time she says chug, just having a great time. Oh, hello, Flix and Rain. It is the rest of the Exhibas. Welcome.
Yeah, they said your new team's called the Exhibas. Is that what you're signing up for the hunt for?
No, we haven't. We're not using a team name.
You're not using a team name.
individual. Well,
It's gonna strike fear into the hearts of your enemies. How are you supposed to intimidate your enemies without a proper team name?
No, we're not each individually intimidating enough.
You call yourselves the Exhibas, you're gonna get some intimidated opposition.
I mean, we would be honored by that name, of course. It's a fine name. It is time, though, Koshaba.
Okay, thank you everyone. It was good seeing you all again, but have to go do very serious things.
Oh, you're going so soon? Why, Rain, Flix, why don't you stay for a little while and have some beers?
We,
Come on, just a few minutes.
We're seeing someone off on the other side.
It's actually very, very serious and sad. We have to go see to this. But we will come back later and spend time with you all.
All right, well, after you're done being sad, come back here and we'll make you happy again with a few drinks, huh?
Sounds good.
All right.
Sometimes sadness is needed.
Yeah, you can go be a little sad for a while, but we'll make you happy here.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
All right. Later, honeys.
Oh, Exhiba, we think we had decided. 66 said that the warg pelts we found might be precious to Grun and his people. So Flix and I had decided that we might spare those and present them to him to remember his tribe.
It seems like a very good idea. I think they'll make him very happy.
Good. I didn't expect that you'd have any reaction other than that, but felt it best to mention it to you.
wait, we must sell them. And he makes like exaggerated hand gestures because we need gold, right? Is it good reaction?
Oh, that reminds me. Your share is 2,000 gold.
No, I thank you, but you keep it.
But think about all the orphans that you could orphanize or whatever the gold does for orphans.
Boys, we worry about this later. We have things to do.
Well, we have time to talk on the way.
Hey, okay. Well, I just, he's fine. I not really a person who takes gold. He's fine. You want gold? I think clear solution here.
Well, but I also like it when you have nice armor. Well, your weapon is plenty nice, but things like that, so that way you don't die. Oh, what about spider-proof armor? What if we found such a thing?
Archibald opens up his hand and makes a little gout of flame. He's like, "Oh, I don't need armor. We just gift them, right? We just fire."
Rain pulls out.
Really a little tipsy.
Rain pulls out of her pouch this silver comb that she found. Well, what about this? This seems particularly useful. And she kind of stuffs it in Exhiba's hair, kind of tweezing out some of the fur.
What's it do?
It grooms hair.
Oh. Wow, how delightfully manual.
No, this is nice gifts. Thank you, Rain. I will. And he he clearly hasn't used a comb before, but he's kind of just roughly running it through the hair on the top of his head. He's like, no, see, it's very. I'm so much cleaner now.
Rain helps show him how to part his hair and
He's a work in progress.
Well, I suppose that we can't look after him constantly, but it's so much easier to just do this, and he prestidigitates Exhiba so that his fur is perfectly coiffed and whatnot.
He kind of puts his hands on the top of his head, not pressing down, but just feeling. He's like, this thing you do actually kind of largely invalidates need for a comb, yes?
The comb looks nice.
Yeah, I will keep calm though. Thank you. He means a lot. He tucks it in his front shirt or jerkin pocket, and he pats it, makes it his way. You take very good care of it.
Yes.
Oh,
well,
that
okay.
reminds me. We probably shouldn't show up at a ceremony wearing filthy leathers, and he cleans himself up. He knows that Rain has the spell and can take care of herself.
Yeah, Rain wasn't really covered in soot though, so she was already pretty cleaned herself, so we're good.
You find yourself outside of the Adventurers Guild on Grun's notice. He let you know that there was a small temple in the back of the Adventurers Guild where he was going to meet you at.
Please, can you give me once over? Just make sure I also am not grotesque for circumstance.
Handsome bugbear. I mean, I presume. I don't know how bugbears are supposed to look.
No,
But you've always looked handsome to me.
Harkin is quite handsome. In truth, I am okay looking.
Ah, but your inner light shines through, granting you a beauty that Harkin will always lack.
Oh,
Is this
it's
behind?
Kashmir kind of trails off.
Sorry, are we going behind or are we going through? I don't.
It's up to you guys.
Well, I mean, we were told behind. Oh, Forge.
You see off to the east, a little bit of archery happening. It appears that Harkin's companion, Rowley, is doing some archery practice here outside the Adventurers Guild. And there's a skeleton who's currently picking up some stray arrows and bringing them back.
Oh, I thought she was using him as target practice.
I think she is.
Why not both?
Oh, okay.
I am desperately curious about that, but we have business.
Is this it?
That is not it. You see off to the west, a large tree, and a
Zooms
little,
off to the southwest.
a little shack growing, or not a shack, but a building growing underneath it. Sorry, the building isn't growing. There's a building underneath the growing tree. This appears to be it.
Okay. I can't see the tree.
It has a little sign outside the door that says temple.
Where's Flix?
I don't. He said he'd be right back.
He's going to say hi to Rowley. Hey, Flix.
Hello,
Yes?
Rowley. Rowley, that's it, right? Is that your friend? What's his name? Is he not your friend? Hello, skeleton. Do you have a name? I really have to go, but you should tell me these things before I go.
The skeleton waves. Hi, I'm Frank.
Frank. Wonderful. So you're autonomous. So you're not commanded by anyone.
Well, I do favors for Rowley. Rowley's like, well, he's grabbing my arrows for me.
I have a friend that you should meet, but not right now. I have to attend a funeral. Not yours, obviously. I'm very sorry for your passing, but I'm glad that you're having a nice life. I will talk to you both later. Bye.
The skeleton waves. See you later.
Such a friendly skeleton.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you guys go?
All the way to the left. Oh, there he is.
Sorry, I was curious.
He's okay.
Inside this small, modest temple is a running purple carpet that leads up to a makeshift altar. And the altar is not really set for one god in particular, but to whoever wants to come and sit and pray and have a moment of peace and quiet. There's a small fountain that is currently dribbling water into a basin. And you see Grun at the altar, and he's kneeling, his hands folded and on his knee in front of him, his head bowed in silent prayer. And next to him, the hobgoblin woman you know as Ava. And she is also sitting, but she is sitting cross-legged, another religious icon placed in front of her. They both appear to be praying quietly.
Akashaba, I don't have the strength to do this with dignity. If I deliver you Ganda's body, can you put it in state on the altar?
I don't honestly have that much experience with this, but I can do it.
I think if you carry it reverently, I mean, you're a cleric, you have far more experience in such things than I do. Much better at making bodies than celebrating.
Oh, okay, Flix, this I will try.
As she hears your voices kind of quietly talking to one another, Ava stands and turns to you. This is Ava? I don't think I've shown her entirely, but her hobgoblin self appears to be covered in a variety of mottled, not scales, but mottled skin and interesting tattoos, inked in white, lightly glowing off of her pale gray skin. She seems to be entirely unaffected by the cold. She smiles at all of you. Hello?
Is Akashba holding the remains right now? Did Flix already give those up? Or?
Yeah. He reverently pulled them out of the satchel and presented them to
Are these like in a bag or something, or am I just holding
they're
they're
basically-
wrapped in. They were wrapped.
They're wrapped in
Yeah,
canvas.
it's like a mummy, basically.
Yeah, you're holding
Okay.
a mummy.
Okay. Akashba looks up and like smiles softly. Oh, hello.
It is nice to see you again. I will reintroduce myself. My name is Ava Giz, and as you can see, I'm a hobgoblin, and I am a cleric of life.
Oh, I do not recall meeting you, but it is nice to see you again, Ava.
My sister has told me a little bit about you.
Your sister?
She laughs. Yes, she appears to be very interested in your escapades. Her name is Echo.
Oh. Flix looks abashed.
She's the red-skinned hobgoblin who seems to be everywhere.
Yes, we're acquainted.
Oh, well, we have brought the remains as per Grun's instruction.
Grun, do you wish to perform rites? Grun nods.
Akashaba presumably would have some familiarity with this and walks the remains up and like very gently places them on the altar before taking a step back.
Grun steps up to the remains. And he looks down at them for a long moment. And out of a pocket on his belt, he takes 2 gold pieces. And he places 1 gold piece in each hand of the body. Then it takes a small ritualistic dagger, and he places it on the body, like tucked into an arm. And then he rewraps it carefully and begins to say some quiet and reverent words in Orcish. He takes a step back. Ava gestures to Akashaba. You, as a cleric of the light. Please, say your piece.
Akashba walks forward and nods and looks down and pauses for a while. This woman I did not have the pleasure of knowing before, but there is a great love of life and light in her past. And now she goes to rest, no longer tempted to darkness, nor driven away from noble purpose. Go now and rest. Those who love you and have loved you will see you in the future. And Kashpa takes a step back.
Ava nods. Rain, would you like to say something to the departed?
Oh,
Kashpa kind of nudges her a little bit, like encouraging her.
oh, okay. I'm not really good at this. But my people believe that death is another part of the cycle, like the seasons, and the dead are never gone from us for very long, because the spring will always come again, and with it, those who have gone before. She kind of like gulps a little bit, very nervously, sweating profusely, like does a little bow, steps back.
Inflicts anything from the royalty?
Oh, royalty.
Ava
So,
softly.
well, I'm terribly bad at things like this. You see, my people come into being and they end. And when they end, they are gone, and gone forever. You are not gone forever. And you helped us. You helped us end a threat to thousands of people. And you earned your own freedom in the process. We thank you. And though these are just bones, and you are beyond us, I hope that this brings peace to Grun. He is a good man. And if you were his sister, and as a sister you must have been a good woman. He sort of pats the bundled corpse. Yeah, I think that's it. And he floats away.
Ava steps up to the altar. As with all life in Arctis, we are touched by the light of the borealis, and it flows through all of us. It sustains us. It nurtures us. And when we expire, we return. Our light returns to the borealis, where we are rejuvenated and brought back to this world to perform deeds anew. Today, we give Kelda to the light. Grun steps up, and he takes his sister's body. And he walks outside. The heroes. That should be all. Grun will now lay her to rest.
So Flick stops short at the door.
Akash walks back really quickly and just says to Ava, those were very lovely words. You did well.
She nods. We will all return to the borealis. Eventually. Good day to you all. May the light of Arctis be with you.
Thank you, Ava.
I think now would be good time to give Grun time to self.
I'm inclined to agree.
We'll see him back in tower. Maybe for now we go.
It's a bit of a somber mood as everyone makes their way
Kind of
through the
scan the
Adventurers
sky.
Guild.
Any sign of owls?
Make a perception check for me, please.
We haven't rested yet, so.
It's true. It flicks as you pause and turn around and look. To the northwest, on top of one of the high parapets of the Adventurers Guild. Just sitting perched, you see a giant owl. Just watching. Hold on. Not sure if you can see it, but I'll move it slightly so you can. And appears to sit and just very quietly will watch Grun as he lays his sister to rest. And the
Is
owl.
he just burying her in an alleyway?
No, he's got a
I'm
grave.
kidding. I'm kidding.
No. The owl actually notices you. Notice it.
I don't know if I can make out my expression at this distance, but he smiles softly and nods, and then zips off after his friends.
Well, what will it be? Back to the tavern?
Well, we were gonna meet Sick back at the Borealis Tavern before nightfall, and honestly, I am very exhausted. I'm sure you are as well, Ekshaba.
Oh, yeah, in truth, I could use a good night's rest.
I'm positively brimming with energy, but I have other ways to expend it. Oh, Akoshaba, look! That skeleton over there. His name is Frank, and he's very nice.
Wow. Okay.
Hold on. Frank waves. Hey guys.
Afflex waves jauntily at Frank.
Akashima kind of like halfway raises his arms into a wave and then just like keeps walking.
Hey.
Sure.
Hi. His voice is a little like hollow sounding, like it's emanating from something near him but not him.
I'm sorry, my friend is a little bit racist. I'm trying to help him.
He shrugs. You know, some people have thin skin. He laughs.
Wow.
That was delightful. You spend time at that tavern. What's the goblin tavern's name? What's it called, Christina?
Oh, are you asking me? It's called the Gilded Nest.
At the Gilded Nest, do you not?
Oh, yep, I've been there. Great place.
Well, I would love to get to know you a little better. Perhaps I'll drop by and say hello sometime.
Oh, wow, man. Hey, Rowley, you hear that? This guy wants to get to know me. Rowley pats Frank on the head. Yes, Frank.
I'm not sure Frank does have free will. I'm
Yeah,
a little concerned for him.
I really like this couple. This is a real power couple in Arctis.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
Frank waves. See you later.
I wave back. Frank is fucking great, and I want to be friends with Frank.
Can't be friends with Frank.
Kill Rowley to do it.
No. All right, back to the Apple's Eye.
Well, Borealis, right? Tavern?
Was it the Apple's Eye or Borealis?
We were going to meet Sick back at the Borealis Tavern, I thought. That's what we said. Because we were going to go back and rest.
Yeah.
Oh, Borealis Tavern? Okay.
Yo. So many taverns. So little time.
I have every tavern.
Keep in mind, before the internet, taverns was all we had. You know? That's
True.
why there were so many. You had to go shoot your shot at a real-life tavern. You weren't just Tindering. You know?
Weird? Hang on, I think my levels are on.
I don't know. People still go to the club.
Yeah, but I feel like, and Drew, I feel like you would have my back on this. I feel like I would be down, were I single, I would be down to like go and like do that in like a tavern setting, but a bar setting actually just completely turns me off from human interaction.
True.
Actually,
also, it just involves a lot of yelling. And I don't like yelling.
If it was like an actual, factual fucking tavern, not it. Count me.
Like the side door?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
The place is pretty legit.
Yeah. Good little, what's the term, gastropub?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fine. They made a good sandwich.
As we walk, Ekshaba, remember we found this helmet thing down there.
Oh, we should destroy that.
It's cursed, but I think
Extremely cursed.
I think you could actually decursify it, in fact. And it would be very valuable. Maybe not for us necessarily, but it would be a very, very useful item.
Kachba looks at the helmet. I'm not recalling how exactly to go about that. It's maybe a thing that's common with my discipline, but I myself have never decursed something.
I think there's a spell for it, possibly called Remove Curse.
You should just be able to pray for it. 1-800-remove curse.
1-800 pray to the light, burn this curse out of this shit!
Okay, sure.
Maybe not like today,
I thought that
but
was gonna rhyme, and I'm really upset that.
I know. You take 5 psychic damage.
because frankly, as it is, it's very dangerous. Has chance to summon a devil, basically to murder somebody and reclaim the crown. So
Well, this cannot be allowed to happen, so yeah, let me sleep on it, but it's probably something I can do.
great.
I just want you to know a 3rd level spell, because that's what Remove Curse is 1 less fireball I'm casting, so I really don't know how much I want to decurse this thing.
Well, I mean, hopefully we do it tomorrow on a day off. I mean, hopefully we're not jumping into something tomorrow.
That's true, we're in the,
We leave that exciting adventure alive, though. We don't always have a choice.
It's true. That's why, I mean, those things are always a risk. Technically, Rain could also do it. She just has to go get the spell, which is expensive. Oh, here we go. 6.
Getting late.
Yes. Hello, adventurers.
Hello, Six.
Hello. Are you ready for our little discussion?
What are we discussing?
Our
We
little results?
We, Six is going to use some of her magics, her shaman magics, to have a small conversation with Grisha to help us determine what
Wring
she was
useful information
up to.
out of the wretched corpse.
But
Well,
oh, it's this again, yes? More dead talking, yes?
well,
It's
not
not
more.
necromancy.
We didn't do it before, but I mean, we want to make sure that whatever plot they had is foiled, right?
Yes. We make sure everyone in Borealis is safe, yes?
Yes, the ends justify the means, don't they?
But is this a necromancy, Six?
Is not domination of dead, is just very brief consciousness, and you ask question, and then it answer and go back to rest. Is no
But
domination of will.
You are interrupting their rest.
We are briefly commiserating.
Okay.
Also, Grisha was a bitch.
Okay.
I understand Kaship's reluctance to speak to dead. Yes. However, I will let you know you have already spoken to dead if you have seen Frank.
I specifically did not talk to Frank.
Why you hate Frank?
Because
well,
Kashyap was just a tiny bit racist, but
No,
I'm helping him.
Frank is unnatural. Frank is abomination.
Ah,
See?
Yes.
Tiny bit racist, just like I said.
you,
He should not be. Frank is skeleton. Frank
is
dead.
true. Is true. Kashapa make good point. Frank should not be, but is be. Now what do? Is be.
What,
If-
in that
Well, I mean,
case-
destroy
you-
him, obviously, with extreme prejudice.
Look,
No,
Frank
it's good
makes you
question.
happy, Frank makes you happy. Frank make other people happy. Frank not actively harming. So while not great, I mostly, sometimes, regardless of belief, we are called to be flexible and try to compromise for greatest good. It is what
I'm
living in
helping him
society-
already. Look at this. Results.
No, okay, Flix, I'm going to go upstairs now. You enjoy talking
No,
to
no,
Dad. Let me know how
no.
it goes.
Kashapa, come. No,
No,
come,
Akash,
please,
come back.
please,
It's
please,
important that you know what she has to say.
Please.
Okay, well, it's important that you not be dick.
I am not being dick.
Not you, Sixty. I talked to Flix.
Oh.
I am trying to make
Oh, yeah, he
both
dick.
compromise. Yeah.
He
he's
takes some time.
right.
Ignore Flick. Look at me. I am the shaman now.
Okay.
Again, if the camera was focused on 6-6 face, Flix's face would slowly move into frame from the left and dominate the frame.
Okay, 60. I
Yes.
understand the importance of this, and I understand
Yes.
why we're doing it.
Yes.
But like one-time thing, right? We don't do this. We let Grisha rest, right?
Yes.
After.
Of course.
Okay.
Of
Let's
course.
get it over with.
No. I have a longer question for you, Kashaba.
Eh?
Yes. Do you know why Frank is?
No.
Ah.
Somebody wants to shoot arrows at something, and Frank make appealing target. I don't.
No, it's cruel. Why you say no? You
What's
see,
it looks like arrows sticking out the front.
you interrupt when I'm teaching. Shut
Oh,
up!
fuck. Okay.
Shut
Grisha
up!
sits down and like kind of like folds inward.
You, young bear, you be quiet now.
Why does that ever work for me?
There. Long ago, in Arctis, you know humans here, yes? And-
Yeah, I'm told.
Yes, humans here, and they come and they bring weird magic, yes? Necromancy, and they bring the demonology. We hate it. We hate it so much. Long story short, humans live. However, humans leave great mark on Arctis, and they raise dead. But some dead raised in proximity to things like Polcanic activity. Yes, give undead free will and soul re-enter undead body. Brr. It creates new races of people. The skeletons, the zombie, and the ghoul, and the guest, and the vampire, and all sorts of things that plague the night. But some mindless servants of the damned, some damned and mindful in their bodies. They are lost. They do not know what to do. Why body rot? Why live in bone? Why curse to exist and no breathe? Why family fear? Why family run? King Lucari Polaris bring all dead that risen to Maginox and give them home and succor and a place to exist, to be free and to live. If Arctis bring back the life and put the soul in the dead body, the body has second chance. Frank has second chance. Frank no do wrong. He just product of previous magics. So, do not judge the mindful dead so harshly. Many just want exist in peace.
Oh, their life though. It is no life. It is unlife. It is suffering. Why would we let them suffer like this?
They don't suffer. They love and they think and they make choice. Life is in free will, not because beating heart.
Sick points at Flicks.
That one, he no come from womb. He no come from belly. He come from magic, from thought of child, from fart of wolf. Very come from
Well,
everything.
I didn't come from a wolf fart, but it's been known to happen.
Life, Ikashiba. No mean beating heart. Life mean one who make choices. You do well to know this. If you go to Polaris in Maginox, the dead have opinions.
Kashba just kind of stares for a minute and doesn't say anything.
It is something to think about. Yes. Thank you for listening, Bear, and shutting up. And Flix, how are you born? Tell me, tell Sixic.
No. Well, there was a tomcat, and he was as close to royalty as a cat can get. He controlled many alleyways. And when he perished, he was alone. He was dying of old age. And well, frankly, he dreamt of empire. And it spawned me.
Ah, see? You see, Bugbear? Flix came from thought, and now he is full of thought. So much thought it bubble out of him every moment. From his
Probably
mouth.
too much.
From his
Yes,
mouth. See it bubble out now. He has opinion.
I do, and I share them freely.
And so, but you say, if Flix no beating heart is no life? No, Flix alive. Born of fairy fart.
Born of a farm. That we just discussed this.
Cat fart.
There is difference though between something like Flix in someone's soul who should be let to rest, put back in cage, to suffer for eternity. There is difference. You concede this point.
You ask Frank if he suffer. I no say Frank suffer or not. I know Frank. Do Frank get cold? I don't know. He no wear clothes. I assume if he wear clothes, he get warm. He feel warm. He no feel warm. He feel cold.
But what of those who do suffer? If I was put back in skeleton after being dead, I would be quite upset. Who disturbed my rest? Who put me in shackles? What of them?
Those who no want to come back. They have choice. They have choice to return to dead. They have choice to have second chance, perhaps better life. Living comes from choice.
Some choices should never be had though. I get your point. I get it. It's hard to agree to that.
It's tragic. It's tragic. Humans bring dark necromantic magic to Arctis. It is unfortunate. Arctis tries to bring these dead back to life. It is unfortunate. This is why these two magics never mix. But they did. And then what? Do they need to keep suffer? No. King Polaris give them home. Give them structure. Give them work. Make them feel like living. Perhaps they suffer in existence, but they do not have to make suffering choices. They get to choose to not suffer.
I will go to this place then, and I will see for myself.
It's correct of light. You should go to dark land. You will learn much of balance of light and dark. And that dark is not necessarily bad. It's just shadow cast from light.
Kashba just kind of makes like a disgusted noise and just says nothing.
I mean, sometimes the shadows are bad, and they hide murderers and actual shades. And
we are here to do thing. Yes, we are here to ask questions. Let's ask questions.
Yes, enough philosophizing. Come, we go outside.
I thought we were going to do it on top of this turkey.
No necromancy in the inn. Yes.
No necromancy on my roasted bird.
My roasted turkey.
I'm trying to enjoy this wonderful dinner.
Not in front of my salad.
My dinner, my succulent dinner.
Barnaby taps the sign, no necromancy.
There's an offering in front of a statue outside of the Borealis Tavern. It appears to be full of some winter grapes of various colors.
Who's the statue of? Do we recognize the ascendant?
It's actually of a dragon. It's of a dragonkin, what appears to be like a paladin. They're wearing armor. They have a very fearsome mace in their hand. The wings are extended. It looks to be a very reverent dragonkin image.
You like
Caution.
statue
Well, that could be you if
freaks?
you had some decent armor. And were a dragon.
It's a lot of things to ask.
His current ascendant, he no ascend yet. He won't mind if we use this offering. He won't notice.
Sixik tosses the head in the basket.
He no notice. Not for a couple days. Okay. Okay.
Sixik claps her hands together.
It's so much.
Claps her hands together and begins her ritual. Begins to softly chant as the GM tries to find her magic circles. I think it's artificial? Or... oh yeah, magic circles. Oh yeah, here's a good one. Boom! Let's get a good evil one in here. Scraw.
Wow, further reinforcing. And that's a pentacle. That's not necessarily evil.
Okay, alright, Flex. Okay, here we go.
Symbol of protection, Christy.
The eyes of the severed head snap open, and the mouth snarls as the eyes roll in its head, gazing dirty look at Ray, Nakashiba, and Flix. I'll grind your bones!
Yeah, it didn't work out so well for you, actually. Sorry.
The head is just like looking around.
Disgust. Go ask your question. I do not want to hear filthy words out of this shaman's mouth.
Oh, right. Pulls out the the list of questions. Grisha,
Curse
What?
you to 1,000 hells.
what were your plans for the Ascension ceremony?
I was using the power of the Polcanic rift to tap in to latent energies within Arctis, to adjust the ley lines of power, to have every one of them flow through Arcteris in order to disrupt the Ascension ceremony.
Great. Sorry, just writing note.
The head just says, Forgruk will rise again!
Oh, interesting. That's a bonus. That's a bonus. We take that.
Just don't ask any questions in accident, Ren. You get enthusiastic.
Right. Where is each of the other summoning circles that you created located specifically?
That any of your people created.
In order to tap into the ley line's power, there is one summoning circle in each region of Arctis. One in Galecutter's End, one in Borealis, one in Coranthia, another in Maginox, the last in the Summer Country, each touched by the Polcanic rift.
Each by a Polcanic rift. Great, got it. All right. And last question. What is the identity of the Dark One you are summoning?
The Dark One. The timeless being with the ability to bring the souls back intact from the crushing grip of Arctis. The Dark One will bring the soul of Forgruk back, and the children of the Owl will once again reign over the other clans of Arctis. We will bring Forgruk back through the Ascension Portal with our magics, and we will not let an outsider ascend to the pinnacle of Arctis.
Okay.
Okay, I've had enough of silly rantings from Deadhead. Ugh.
Not that silly. I'd rather have more questions now, that's for sure.
I can only... It is done, it is gone. There's nothing left. The soul rests now. That is it. I am no necromancer. It is merely a little conversation, nothing more.
So is the head like not moving anymore?
Nope, the head is not moving.
Yeah.
Sik picks up the head.
Glad that he's done with now.
Can't wait to see what you make out of her, Sik.
Yes. Head so large, brain so small. Will make fine bowl.
Kashmir just cringes. Well, we are done then, yes?
For the moment, yes. If you need to get some rest, you can. I was going to talk with Eris about a little bit of spy hunting. Is that something you think you'd like to help with?
Oh, I don't think I would be much use in truth, Flix. Not because I disagree with it fundamentally, I just not much experience with it. So I think I will take you up on offer to go rest.
Oh, not tonight. I mean in the coming day.
I guess if you find like reasonable course of action from it.
You should help nice handsome Eris. He has deep pockets. Yes.
I'm not sure that coinage is very compelling for Kashaba. Rather, they're good causes.
Oh.
What is most compelling to me right now is not being on feet, but instead being on the back in a room with maybe sleeping for 16 hours.
Being on your feet ever is terrible.
Yes, it's been long day. Many information had. Less sleep. Reconvene in morning?
Kashba nods.
Yes. Good.
Oh, I did tell Eris that I'd talk to him again tonight, so I feel I'd rather have to.
I send little one. He'll understand. I cancel on him all the time. He cancels on me. He sends cherry pie. I send 5 to 10 angry kobolds.
30 to 40 feral kobolds.
He's like, how do I get rid of 30 to 40 feral kobolds in my farm?
I'm beginning to suspect that your children showing up where we are is not a coincidence.
I do not believe in coincidence, Flix, and neither should you.
Oh, I don't.
The only thing Sik believes in is prosciutto.
And cherry pie.
I love
Cherry
prosciutto.
Oh, Sik, have you ever tried melting a sharp cheddar cheese over your pie?
What?
Yes, if you get apple pie and you melt a very thin slice of sharp cheddar cheese over it, it actually makes for an interesting flavor.
Is this fairy magic?
I wish I could take credit. No, our magic all has to do with dewdrops and spiderwebs for some reason. It's rather tiresome.
Ugh. I will try this cheese on pie. Sounds
Remember,
strange.
a thin slice. Too much ruins it.
Thin slice of pie or thin slice of cheese?
Oh no, always a thick slice of pie. Always. Like, Flix looks affronted.
I test.
Let me know what you think.
Unsure fate trickery. I test on little one first. Perhaps no. Eat cheese pie.
No's wonderful, but I'm not sure if you can trust his taste bud.
Feh. I trust words of Feh? No.
Why not? I'm frequently honest.
Frequently. Go to bed.
Good night, Six.
Ever.
All right, and with that, as you all turn in for the evening and take a well-deserved long rest, we will end the session for tonight.
Oh,
Oh, what?
cool. This was a fun interlude, and I assume next time we're probably gonna dive into whatever arc is gonna follow this one.
Yep, so you guys have a few things that you need to take care of, including Eris's potential spies within the midst. You have things that you potentially do with the Adventurers Guild, and you have the airship as well. You could also just talk to Frank. And also, coming up very soon, you have the hunt.
Aw, shit.
Aw,
Turn
shit.
it
I feel like
on.
the hunt is so not important anymore compared to all the other irons that we have in the fire.
It was so important.
The hunt is so important. It's the tournament arc.
Tournament arc!
Tournament arc. This is where we get real
I'm surprised that
fun.
Akasha cares about it at all, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind that, like, it's just, like, a fun thing where we're gonna fight and prove who's the strongest, and there's, like, you know, not an inherent need for money, and there's no necromancy. Nobody's lecturing him about how skeletons are people. It sounds like I'm gonna seriously just dome Frank to see what happens.
Oh my god!
Now, bitch.
Frank's
That's
so
so
cute.
racist.
How dare you?
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
crime.
really-
I like how Akasha got all offended that Flix was calling him a little racist.
Well, no, here's the thing. So, like, deep down, like, cards on the table, and this is probably very obvious, Akashima is racist towards the undead. He is very racist. But, like, any racist character or person, he's very offended when someone calls him racist. Like, how fucking dare you?
Like, how dare you call me this thing that I'm being right now? I
Yeah,
cannot
100%.
believe me, you.
Like, basically, Six Sig hit him with a check your privilege, and Akasha clutched his pearls.
Check your fucking privilege.
And on that glorious note, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night,
All right,
guys.
All right.
good
Much
night.
love,
Good night, guys. Oh, all right. Good game, guys. Thank you for everybody that was watching. Greatly appreciate it. We play Arctis every week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific. And I put all the VODs up on YouTube. Check the stream below for all the relevant links. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next game. Have a good night.